Previously on the Osrynn Tales live D&D. After defeating the defenses of Faith Loquan's wizard sanctum, the magical barrier leading to her lightning prison faded, and her young apprentice Luke ran off from the group to save his master. The group is tired and injured from their fight, so they opt to take a short rest, posting waffles up at the hallway leading to Faith in case of trouble. Within 5 minutes of barely audible muffled speech coming from down the hall, the group hears Luke cry out in pain, followed by silence. The group wastes precious moments deciding whether they should even go check on the boy, but finally decide to check on him. David hands Rowan's 2 mystery grenades of his own design, noting one is a fragmentation bomb, the other a smoke bomb, but neither is labeled. Once the team approaches the end of the hallway, they can see a 10-foot tall platform upon which Faith is immobile and on her knees struggling against her lightning cage. Luke's arm can be seen hanging over the edge of the platform with slight wisps of smoke rising from his torso. Seeing the telltale blue glow of another arcane font behind the lightning cage, Rowan decides to throw one of his grenades. David warns that they have a 20-foot radius in their blast zone, and Quothe takes a few steps back to distance himself. Rowan decides to take the gambit, afraid that another one of the Mephits might be present and charging the lightning cage the wizard is trapped in. He hurls the grenade. It explodes, shrapnel showering the room. Waffles and David take damage as the lightning cage redirects the force of the blast to the sides, shielding Rowan, Damu, and Reshi. However, things go from bad to worse when the party sees Luke's body, bloody, broken, and still. This poor little body's torn to shreds, shrapnel sticking out of his chest, large holes ripped in his torso. The boy was dead. Damu rushed forward to the child and tried healing him, but the wounds were so devastating even his healing magic couldn't help. He cast gentle repose on the boy to preserve his body, and then the group placed his corpse in a bag of holding to further slow down the rate of decay. They then turn to their other problem at hand, the wizard in the cage. The group tries a few different tactics, but eventually Quothe is able to combine his wild magic with a ring of counter charm to bend its magic into a dispel magic spell. His magic dispersed the lightning cage thanks to the various other tactics the group had tried previously that had weakened but didn't destroy the spell entirely. Immediately, Faith Loquan was in defense mode. A group of intruders had just murdered her apprentice, and she was fully aware of all that was happening. Rowan tried to cast Charm Person on her, but she immediately shut him down with a counter spell, used properly this time. David and Reshi explained what happened. Luke brought them to the tower to save her, and to ask if she could send them to Ravensblood Hollow via teleportation magic. And when they saw him on the platform, they tried to help. In her anger, Faith snapped. "You tried to help? By causing an explosion that killed my apprentice? That's your definition of help? Not a healing spell. I see that I'm dealing with idiots." David did not take too kindly to being called an idiot, and only further widened the rift between the wizard and the group by claiming that in fact she was the idiot for getting trapped in her own spell. Faith laughed at him and explained that her experiments were about perpetual energy and tapping into the ley lines to harness the power of the earth itself, something that she had under control. More arguments ensued, and Damu tried to calm her down by telling her he had cast gentle repose and preserved life, and they collected his body so they could heal him. Faith commands Damu to bring the body to a font of arcane energy and place him in the pool. Once completed, she orders the group to leave her tower and her city and let her deal with the terrible mess that this party is made of things. Most of the party starts to leave, but Rowan lags behind to apologize with a song. Being the charismatic fellow that he is, his song calms her down enough that she realizes teleporting them 2,000 miles away would get them out of her hair faster than anything else. So she leads them to her personal teleportation pad, and she sends them off to Ravensblood Hollow. When the group arrives in the human city of Ravensblood Hollow a few moments later, the group is confronted by a guard who asks for their names, occupations, and reasoning for visiting the city. Rowan lies about being a famous chef, Jordan Ramazet, and the guard, clearly seeing through his lie, jots down the ledger anyway, clearly too bored with his job to care if people give a fake name. The group asks directions to a few places around town, but namely some taverns to get some rest. The guards give them 3 options: a ladies' bar called Helga's Hole, a gentleman's club called Pollock's Pulls, or a more standard beer hall called the Grumpy Goat. The group sets off for the cheaper establishment of Pollock's Pulls, but while they are making their way through the seedy part of town near the docks, Rowan is pickpocketed by another street urchin, just like he had been in Reneus Alinar a few days earlier. This time, when he catches the kid starts screaming that he has a knife and is trying to kill him, drawing the attention of people nearby. Rowan offers the kid his other grenade, but never seeing a grenade before, the kid just doubles down on screaming about a knife. When Rowan says it's not a knife, the kid says, "Oh, it should have been a knife. These streets are dangerous," and then shivs Rowan in the side with a dagger. Rowan calls the kid a dirty bastard, invoking vicious mockery, knocking the kid unconscious with psychic magic, and as blood seeps out of the roughly 8-year-old child's nose, he starts to gurgle and spasm. Damu grabs the child from Rowan, casting a healing spell, and tosses the kid aside, telling him to leave the group alone. The street urchin immediately runs away, and the crowd around the group just goes back to their tasks, seemingly a normal day in Ravensblood Hollow. Across the dock district, our heroes make their way to Pollock's Pole just in time for BDSM night. When they get in the door, they see a tavern full of men wearing leather harnesses, knee-high boots, piercings in every part of the body you could imagine. Naked men were dancing on stripper poles, and Rowan says in realization, "Oh, it's a gay bar." Quothe immediately takes off his loincloth and walks around in his bare ass and twig and berries hanging out. He gets a friendly spanking from various patrons as he walks through the common room to the bar, and finally, after fighting animated suits of armor and rugs, lightning elementals, endangering the lives of children, and quite possibly making an enemy of a powerful wizard, the group could finally rest. And rest they did in the oddly damped and moist accommodations of Pollock's Pulls. And so, we take you now back to Pollock's Pulls, just as our group gets up in the morning. Will they find any useful information about the magical scabbard they have? Will Rowan assault more children? Did Quothe ever put his ample assets to good use? Find out now on episode 16 of the Osrynn Tales Live D&D. Enjoy the show. We're here. We did it. These goddamn recaps keep getting longer and longer, and I keep spending more time each week drawing them, but shit if we didn't do it. Welcome in, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Episode 15 of the Osrynn Tales Live D&D. That was a recap, huh, guys? A lot of stuff happened last week.
That was definitely getting demonetized on the YouTube.
Was it the ass? Do you think it was a picture of the ass?
Could have been the child murder. Could have
been one of many things.
Yeah.
There's a lot. I mean, there's a lot.
Well, it's fine. I don't have 100 subscribers on YouTube yet.
Handing an 8-year-old a grenade. That one probably would do it too.
You know.
Oh.
It was an interesting week.
Well, we're currently down a player. Hopefully, Mr. Abstracto shows up this session. He is MIA. Don't know where he is, but as all things in life, the show must go on.
What are you talking about? I'm right here.
All right. So Genie is now volunteered himself
No.
to play, to act in the role of Damu tonight.
Damn it.
Better you than me to come up with all of those terrible dad joke puns.
Can we just? Maybe he decides he wants to just sleep in.
Damu sleeps in. The one where Damu sleeps in.
Yeah.
Damu said,
The ga-
fuck it. He's
the
gonna get
gang
real
lead-
confused real quick.
Gang leaves the turtle. That's what we're calling this episode of the Osrynn Tales.
Oh boy. But yeah, welcome to the show, everybody. Let's start it off here. Introducing everybody. Tell them who you're playing. We've got with us tonight the Chaddest Chad.
Goliath Barbarian.
We've got San Gretty.
I am David and Waffles. I am a Warforged Artificer.
We've got the Righteous Rachel.
Hello, I'm Reshi, a Dragonborn monk.
And Genie Bruh.
I'm Rowan, an M. Night Shyamalan. Wait, no, that's not a Shyamalan. No,
Shamalama Ding Dong.
wait. I'm a
I almost
bard.
said that.
I'm a bard. I'm a bard.
Close enough. You know, I think for the amount of horror that you reap upon this world, M. Night Shyamalama Ding Dong is a fine enough class for you to play.
Yeah. That's gonna be sixth. That's gonna be 6th edition.
Shamalama Ding Dong.
And I'm Jeff Foulsham, your humble dungeon master for this evening. We are gonna pick up right where we left off. In the morning, you guys wake up, you feel refreshed, you've had a long rest after that intense ordeal in the Wizard Tower of Faith Loquan. Back in the city of Rhodeus Alinar. You are 2,000 miles northeast now in a city called Raven's Blood Hollow in the human country of Aelin. This town used to be run by a vampire. It's no longer run by a vampire, at least as far as anybody knows in this town. They've been on the mend for 5 years, trying to get the city back in order after it was nearly, destroyed by the heroes who fought the vampire. A thing that we've not mentioned in game yet, but just a fun little backstory of this world. The fight between the vampire and the heroes actually happened in very much Power Rangers style Megazords, and hence half the city getting flattened. That would be something that your characters would know in game. I don't know how many people out there have played a video game called The Worlds of Warcraft. But in that campaign, I designed the vampire's lair to be the raid called Karazhan, in which there is a chess game. And instead of just having my players play chess, I made all of the chess pieces mechs, and they had a special move where they combined like a Megazord. And so they combined into a Megazord, and the vampire combined his pieces, and they broke out of the tower, and they kind of flattened half the city. Hence all the rubble and destruction where you guys had the elf found the scabbard that you guys are currently trying to find the sword for. But yeah, you guys wake up in the morning. Pollux pulls. Still damp. Things are still slightly moist, damp. You're not sure if it's the Florida-like humidity, or if maybe there's just been so much oils and lubricants spread around this place that, you know, it's just permanently damp in this place. But, yeah, you know, you had at least some amount of rest. You guys fully healed up, got all your spell slots back, got all your character, your class stuff back from your long rest. And for defeating all of the stuff in the Wizard's Tower and completing that little scenario, you all are going to gain 750 experience points.
Whoa!
Yay.
I'm rich, bitch.
Rich in experience. You can't spend it anywhere, but...
Can it be
So-
755?
would that put you at, like, a even number?
Would make it, yeah, even 4,000.
Yeah, that's fine. That
What?
works.
What? We could just ask for XP?
God.
What is this game? This is a
Well, they don't have like standard guidelines for finishing quests, so I can just tack on an extra 5 XP if I want to.
Well, can I have?
It's all
can I
sort
have-
of willy-nilly.
Can I have 75 more XP?
No.
Oh, well, all right.
It's worth it. Ah, man. That was,
I
Look,
gave
you
the
gotta
5
shoot- you gotta shoot your shot.
I
All right?
gave the 5 extra because it would put you at an even 4,000.
You gotta shoot your shot. I wasn't talking about anybody else. Just me. Just give me 75 XP.
Oh, just you?
Yeah.
Well, then in that case, no.
Oh.
oh, that's great.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Or
you
4,000 now,
could
right?
lose 75 XP. I
Shut up.
can't give that.
This is stupid. I don't. Damu doesn't like this either.
I should give Damu an extra 75 XP. Just to fuck with you.
I give my 75 to Rowan because he's best. I mean, if Damu wills it, then I think that's
if Damo wills.
40 75 it is.
Oh boy. All right. So as you guys wake up in the morning and leave your various rooms at Pollock's Poles, we got a few bookkeeping things to go over. First, Quothe. There, you got a lot of attention from some patrons, and there may have been some insinuations at the end of last session. How many people leave your room in the morning?
Didn't I set a hunting trap to catch bears before I went to bed?
Yeah, but not actual bears,
No, just the local bears.
just the local bears.
Fuzzy men.
How many did you catch?
Yeah,
sir?
how many bears? How
I
many
don't know,
bears
man.
did you catch?
Yeah, how many did you
Six
get?
or 7?
6 or 7. Wow. Okay. That was a
Hey.
higher number than I was expecting.
Should I have rolled for it?
Roll 1d100. Oh boy. So Quothe had some company in the night. And as you guys all, reconvene in the common room, you all notice that you are down one party member. Well, 1.5, 2? Depends on how you count, really. Is a robot dog a full party member?
So
He was like
David
3
was the
party
half
members.
and Waffle was the 1.
Exactly.
Close enough.
You find that David is not with you, and you get a a message in your heads, fiddling with the actual mechanics of the sending spell here. But you all get a message in your head from David. He basically explains that due to some, we'll just say some damage to the wizard's tower, some of the internal mechanisms of the magical power system had been damaged, and there may have been a slight feedback in the teleportation spell, and some of the inorganic material had been recalled to Fayeth's tower. That, among other things, included David and Waffles.
So he ran off with Faith, basically? Is that...
I can tell you he did not. He is not pleased about this.
He did not run off with her, no. But he is
They're all
back
being
in
the tower.
Renea Salinar. He also, Quotha, you would have known this already, and I think other people are realizing this right now. He does mention that Quothe's loincloth is currently back at the tower. Damu's like 5 of his crossbow bolts are back at the tower. Reshi, one of your rope from your explorer's pack is back at the tower. And Rowan, all of your extra socks are back at the tower.
Oh, well, I ain't worried about
All
that.
of your socks. Well, you don't. You
I don't
might
need
be worried about that because, trench
We're in the
foot.
swamp, man.
You're
You're
in a
trench foot.
You're in a swamp.
They're slightly used.
Trench foot. They're kind of crusty.
Oh.
I'll use prejudiciation to just clean my feet periodically. I'm good.
That is next level disgusting.
Prestidigitation.
Of
I can't
all the
say
things
it.
I wanted to hear about is not Rowan's crusty socks.
So one question I do gotta ask you, Quothe. With your standard loincloth missing in the morning, do you go through with fashioning a loincloth out of the rug of smothering pieces that you have?
Hopefully David did that before he broke down into pieces.
David did do that. There
David
is a
did.
scorch mark on the floor from where he was standing when he was recalled,
Yes.
where the bone armor and your loincloth,
Yes.
as well as 2 grenades for Rowan.
That's a great idea. That was a great idea.
I still have 2 more grenades. There were 2 grenades left for me.
You have 3.
There are 2 grenades. They are both fragmentation.
Cool. All right.
They're still not labeled.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well,
So now you
2
have a
out of 3 ain't bad.
66% chance.
Yeah, you have a 1 in 3 chance of a smoke bomb happening.
Oh God.
I have a 100% chance that I will be yelling Kobe at some point during this night and tossing that grenade or something.
Make sure you do that after you crash from a fly spell.
Jesus Christ.
Foulsham,
That-
get the DM book ready.
What have I gotten myself into?
So if I equip this bone armor, do I change anything?
Yeah, it is. There should be
The information's in the loot list here. I got it
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah, I think it's like 14 plus a max 2 of your dex plus another 1 because it's magic.
Okay, so do that math. My dex is 13.
So you get
So it'd be
plus.
14 plus 2. Your AC is 16. But yeah, as you put on your brand new loincloth,
Is that a +1 AC on it too?
no.
It is expertly tailored.
It is expertly
good.
tailored.
For
But
the recap video, it doesn't have to be very big.
He's a grower. Remember we
You
talked
know,
about that.
funnily enough, it does absolutely no favors for you in that regard, as it is actually a cursed item.
Oh, great.
It is a loincloth of constriction. A loincloth of smothering, if you will. As you put it on, it shrinks and constricts you so much that you cannot remove it through normal means.
Nice.
So, since
you
all
now
my
have-
intelligence modifiers there, do I take a hit to my intelligence?
You now are wearing the loincloth of chastity.
So I have a pickle slinger, a pickle hammock.
You also take -3 to your charisma.
Yeah.
That might be a thing.
It depends on where you're at. Where we're currently at, I'd probably just got increased to charisma.
You know, no kink shaming here. There's probably some people into that at the Pollock's Bowls. You're not wrong. But the last thing that's part of your message is Faith kind of interjects, and she lets you know of a contact that she has at a library in Ravensblood Hollow that might be able to help you start finding clues about this scabbard. She directs you to Lenore Malloway's repository here in Ravensblood Hollow. It is a premier library of ancient lore and well-kept archaeological information. You know, lots of information on fabled and rare goods and the like. But she knows the head librarian there, and sends you off. Says that may be a place to start if you're looking to get like a little jump start on researching this scabbard. Other than that, I'm gonna leave it in your guys' hands now. There's plenty of places to check: magic shops, antiques dealers, museums, maybe some shadier locations. In fact, was one of the bears that Quothe caught is kind of you know, an unscrupulous type fellow who suggested offhand that should Quothe need anything, and he means anything, that he knows a guy that can get him anything that he needs.
What is this
Here
guy,
in
like the
Ravensblood
alpha
Hollow.
beta?
I'm tired of this stupid scabbard. Scabbard. All we ever talking about is this damn sword holder.
It may have been used once or twice last night.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it
Don't
is
wanna know.
encrusted with all kinds
Well, I'm
of
definitely not.
jewels.
I'm definitely not touching that thing.
It's, you know,
If it helps,
Probably a
we still
little.
have to find the sword that fits it.
and I'm sure.
Rowan
Well, they
pulls
tried a
out a
number
grenade
of
and sticks it
swords.
into the cat scabbard.
Okay, so Faith gave us a clue on somewhere where we can go to a library that maybe we can find some information on.
Indeed.
Okay, so at some point, I imagine we should do that, and also it looks like we're a adventurer down. Is there an opportunity to find our other adventurer?
There are
We're two adventurers now.
Opportunities abound.
Opportunities
Damu's
abound.
hanging out with you guys in the morning.
Guys, I'm still here.
Why don't we go look for a librarian? Seems like a solid start.
Either the librarian or the magic shop. 'Cause I always like going to the magic shop and bothering the owner of that place.
This is how we got on the dang scabbard quest in the first place.
I know. If,
GG.
maybe we can trade
Be
this.
fucking with magic shops.
Maybe we can trade the scabbard in for a different item that's a little easier to find.
Traded in for
Okay,
an item
let's head
easier
to the
find.
curios.
I like the just the immediate logic of that is like traded in for an object that's easier to find. It's like, yeah, it's in your hands, right there. It's right there. Quest over.
I have to say, I like Rowan's idea. See, so there's two of us here now that feel that this is the.
Okay, off to the curios. Where do we go? We got a map of this place.
You do not have a map of the city of Ravensblood Hollow proper. It is situated on a series of small islands in a river delta and is surrounded by a swamp. Like I said, very Florida-like conditions here. You can see guards every once in a while with giant, almost shovel-like weapons, except the shovel portion has a bunch of holes drilled into it to increase the airflow while they're swinging them. Like these giant flat things that they're crushing sturges against like building walls and like on the ground and whatnot.
Giant fly swatter.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
basically
Rowan?
giant fly swatters. They're just crushing sturges as you guys have come across those in previous a previous fight. These giant dog-sized mosquitoes with crab claws that latch onto
Not
your
a
body
fan.
and try and suck out your blood. You do know Ravensblood Hollow got its name because sturges like to drink the blood of ravens and empty them like Capri Sun pouches.
Oh God.
And
Okay, so you
so
want to lead the way, Rowan? Maybe get us some intel on where it is. Maybe ask a guard.
Are there any guards nearby?
there's a couple smashing some sturges.
Okay. Where are we trying to go? We're trying to go to the curio.
Yeah, we could ask Damu again.
I'm gonna let Rowan do the thing where he does the babadobo. Go.
All right.
He does the
think-
babadobo.
You guys, I think there might be something wrong with Damu.
His head
That-
might be a little concussed.
that
from
portal,
grenade.
that portal stuff might have done something a little weird. Let's keep an eye on him.
How did he go from grizzled teenager to Bill Cosby? In
Oh,
That's
no.
why I said we keep an
Oh,
eye on him.
no.
God.
That's why I said we keep an eye on him.
There are too
Anyway,
many.
let's
there
go
are
talk.
Too many
can-
implications with that reference.
can I-
these
can I
days.
Yeah,
approach
right
the,
now that's pretty hot topic.
Can I approach the guards and say, "Hey, look, good sir,
Hey, look! And they're like, what? Where?
good sir, I'm looking for the curio, and we happen to be in town for some things. I am world famous chef Jordan Ramsay, so you should definitely know who I am. But don't worry about that. Could you show us? Could you? Do you find soldier? Could you show us to the curio?
The guard, dressed very much like the the guard in the recap, he's got the red tabard on with a silhouette of a raven's head on it. Big red poofy feather coming out the top of his helmet. Kind of squints at you, looks you up and down, shrugs, and says, "Alright, Gov, what you gonna want to do to get to the magic shop, right? You're gonna head down 3 blocks down the street this way. You're gonna take your first left. You're gonna go 2 blocks and take a right. And then you're gonna go down 4 more blocks, take another right. Then you take your first left. Then, when you come to a Y in the road, you're gonna bear left. And you're gonna come to a T in the road, you're gonna go right. Then you're gonna go 5 more blocks. You're gonna take a left, a right, a left, a left, a right, a right, a left, a left, a right, a left. And you'll find it. Easy as pie." Another Sturge, like, lands nearby. It's like, "Oh!" And he smashes it with a giant shovel with a bunch of holes cut into it.
Okay, plan B. Let's
Also,
stick
tactical-
Rowan in the middle of the market, and maybe an urchin will steal from him again, and we can
No.
maybe pay an urchin to take us to the
No.
curio shop.
Also, Tactical Weasel coming in with a raid. Thank you very much, my friend. We're just starting out here, trying to find themselves a magic shop. And they just got some directions from a very helpful guard.
He was very helpful.
Ben was
To
very
be fair,
knowledgeable.
he was actually very helpful. We just
He's a
did someone
part-time
write that
geomancer.
down? Did someone write that down? Because I didn't.
Wasn't
No.
enough room on my loincloth to write it down.
Oh no.
It does keep getting smaller.
Yeah, I would be careful with that thing. That thing is getting weird down there.
A new quest: remove the cursed loincloth.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
very breathable. I feel
starting to get worried about that thing.
It is a cursed loincloth of constriction, but Quothe is like, "Yeah, I got room."
Oh no. All right. Guard.
All right.
Would you be as kind to take us there? I'm willing to pay you a couple of coins if you want to take a quick break from killing these Sturges. I'm sure you would love to take a moment of peace and maybe give us a hand. Like I said, I'll make it worth your while.
Says, all right, yeah, my palm's a bit itchy, if you know what I mean. He like holds his hand up. He's like,
I mean, you want me to pay you now?
it is an itch only gold can scratch. If you,
I'll give you a piece now, and I'll give you a piece when we get there. How about that?
scratch half that itch.
hey, fair enough, Gov. Right this way. Right this way. He takes you around the city, the directions that he gave you. You see a couple landmarks, a couple of statues of former heroes. You see like one of them like holding the a body with like a wooden stake through its chest, presumably the vampire that was killed. Some like a really big opulent cathedral, various other things. You can mentions offhand a couple stuff that kind of goes in one ear and out the other, but by the end of his little tour, you guys are like 2 blocks away from where you started, outside of a magic shop. You kind of did like a big U throughout the city. And
Oh my God.
and he holds his hand out for the other piece of gold. Luckily, you didn't get robbed by any kids because there was a guard with you. So
Good,
you know.
good guard. Where's the curio that you were supposed to take us to?
Oh, yeah. Magic shop, right here. He points at a black painted door with golden, like, filigree painted on it.
We were already at the magic shop.
Yeah, it's like two storefronts down from Pollock's Pulse.
All right, here's your gold. Thanks.
It's like, right, nice doing business with you, Gov. Have a good day. A sturge lands like 4 feet away from him, and he's like, "Ah!" and crushes a sturge. And goes back to his job.
Does it splatter on Genie just a little bit?
No, it doesn't.
Just right on
Yeah.
his hand.
Prestidigitation, I get it off of me. I don't know. We're not doing blood. We're not doing insect guts. That's
Yeah.
anytime you guys try to put me in some fucking gross situation, I'm immediately just gonna cast prestidigitation. Just get it. No.
Right. So he leads you to your destination of the curio shop. Man, I so want to just make it another Calamar's Curios. To just have it be like fucking Pokemon, where like it's a Nurse Joy at every fucking Pokestop.
God. Don't do this to us.
You enter the sorry, gummy worm time. You enter
That part, is that the name of the store? Gummy
worm time.
God damn it, I told this guy I want to go to the magic shop, not the fucking candy store.
No, gummy worm time's across the street from
Oh.
Maynard's magnificent magicables.
I thought we just left
okay.
gummy worm time.
Good God. I don't even want to know the
we're never gonna
implication.
get, we're not,
We're
I can already
not.
tell you this session, we're not getting anything done.
We're not.
I
We're
already know.
definitely not getting to
I can
what
feel
wanted
that
to.
this is, yeah.
Yeah, no, we're oops. We're 47.
What do you think, Rushy?
I think this is going great. We're just on the magic shop.
Okay, just making sure you're still here.
I'm here.
We're 47 minutes into this show already, and we're not anywhere.
We went 2 stores down. Look, that's your fault for writing this nonsense narrative that the guard was gonna grift me for two gold. Get me into the damn magic shop. Get me into the magic shop, all right?
You guys enter Minox's magnificent magicables.
Magicables.
Yeah. Listen. Listen. They don't pay me enough to come up with good names for this shit, okay? You enter the store. There's tons of magic items around. Basic, first year wizarding school supplies. Empty, blank spell books. Various wands of different makes and models. And various potions, like low-level potions you can find. Alchemical sets, scribe sets, bundles, things like that. Various trinkets from far off lands. Some probably, mix. Kind of imagine like an old apothecary shop with like a modern day antique shop. That's probably what it looks like on the inside there. Some shelves along the walls, display tables kind of in the main floor area of the shop, and a
So
very
it's a hipster
old
record store in the weird, currently being gentrified part of New York. Okay, we got it.
Yeah.
We figured this out.
Yeah.
Gentrified.
Are we the only customers?
Yeah, it's still early in the morning. The shop is just opened. Not a lot of people coming in and out quite yet. But you enter the shop. There is an old human gentleman Missing the hair on the top of his head, you know, kind of that horseshoe haircut. If even possible, his hair is whiter than Rowan's hair is. He kind of turns. He's got half moon spectacles. He's got purple robes on. Kind of like a soft lavender purple robe. And he's got a beard that is kind of braided. It's like a loose braid, and it hangs all the way down to his knees.
That's pretty rad.
If he stood up straight, it would probably come down to his waist. But this man is old and severely hunched. His very bad posture. Has a cane.
Beard, you got to move when you want to pee. That's what we all want when we get older.
Exactly.
Prestidigitation exists. This
Right,
should be a
that's
world
what
where
I was
everybody
thinking.
just shits themselves all the time. And
Yeah,
prestidigitation
it's
away.
definitely Harry Potter rules before they had plumbing. They just like pissed and shit everywhere and used magic to like get rid of it.
That's easy.
In fact, you hear the sound of water splashing on the ground, and then he does some magic. You see
I like
a little
this guy already.
see a little flash, like a little glow behind the counter. He says, "Oh, welcome to my shop. I am Minoc, and these are my magnificent magicables. How can I help you today?"
Yeah, I like this guy.
What was his name?
Minoc is my name.
My knock.
Mynoc. C. 2 C's.
I feel like I've heard this voice from somewhere.
Well, you know, when you get older, your vocal cords tend to give out on you.
Was it that wizard in the Sword and Stone?
All
looks-
old people sound the same. All old people
He looks
sound the same.
he looks very nervous. I don't know what you're talking about. Any sword and a stone, and I don't really, who's Merlin? I don't. Oh,
Yep, that's it. That's it.
I don't. You've come to my store. The magnificent. I already said the name. What do you want?
Rowan pulls out a grenade.
What in the 9 is that?
Can you tell me which one this is?
I don't even know what it is. I can't tell you what it is if I don't know what it is.
It's never. You
It's
know what? Never mind. I'm gonna put it.
the
I'll put it
holy
back in the
hand
bag.
grenade.
I put it back in the bag.
A hand grenade? He dives behind the desk.
I put it away.
You hear a
He's looking for
crunch.
Charlie's in the trees.
You hear the crunching of bone. So he gets up. He's like, oh, God.
Okay, so
Another target down the street. Like, fucking
would you like to provide the scabbard, Rowan, so maybe you can take a peek at it?
Am I even holding on to the scabbard? Does that mean?
You are right now.
If it will
Dear
get this
old man.
story moving faster. Jesus Christ.
Dear old man, I have this scabbard here. Do you know where we might find the sword that it belongs to?
I may be an old man, but I deserve some respect. God damn it. My name's Minoc.
Magnificent.
Minoc the Magnificent, as this young strapping gentleman with the oh-so-tight loincloth has pointed out. But I'll take a look at your scabbard.
Mr. Maynard, the Magnificent, can you look at our scabbard?
See, now I think you're doing it just to insult me.
No.
He takes the scabbard. He says, "Oh, yes, this is a scabbard of magnificent make." He says, "I can tell you many things about this scabbard, but I have a quite itchy palm.
Oh my God.
That
What is
only-
the deal?
Gold can scratch the itch."
Someone.
Damu.
Scratching. He's like scratching his palm. He's like, yeah,
Just pull out the
it's a
grenade
little-
again.
No.
I think it's Damu's turn to scratch the itch.
Damu comes in. All right, let me scratch that for you. And he literally goes over there and starts scratching on his palm.
Jesus Christ. I mean, Damu's got some gold. You can pay.
No, I want him to actually think that he's being literal and wants him to scratch his palm for him.
That's, hey. He slips Damu a piece of paper.
Can you say call me in an old
Call. Just that's my number there, Mr. Turtle Boy. You can give me a call anytime.
Oh my gosh.
This
I'm picturing the old man from Family Guy.
Herbert the pervert.
Herbert the pervert.
do I have to start whistling my S's?
Oh, yeah.
You want a popsicle?
Do I have to
Got a pop check on my pocket for you.
Hey there, Chris.
Some ham cake.
God. What does the stream become?
How much does he need?
He doesn't however
what?
much you want to give him.
Do I have gold from our treasure hoard? Do I have something on me?
I mean, if you have it written on your character sheet, that's what you got.
You might give him a heart attack.
No, I don't. I don't think he's into dragons or females.
Hey, you never know.
Hey, don't you count any? Yeah.
Don't you presume what I'm into or not there,
I
Missy.
didn't say that out loud. I didn't say it out loud.
I
Maybe
can
he
read
was
your
a
own
bard
brain.
of DSLA.
Okay, I don't think I grabbed any gold, so somebody else pay the man, please.
Well, that's your own damn fault.
Again, wasn't talking out loud.
Guys, I think he might be able to read our minds.
I haven't said a fucking word.
It's
I'm
not
getting
all I
trolled.
can read there, mister.
Fine. Here's a piece of gold. Help us out here.
Ah, yes, one piece of gold. Well, I can tell you it's got gems encrusted upon the surface.
Wow.
Did you get what you pay for?
I didn't make those millions you guys made on the last quest. I'm sitting over here with just a constricting loincloth.
Millions,
Uh,
you say? Well,
I mean, that's what you wanted, though. Let's be
Put him
real.
in
You
your
got-
pouch of holding.
How much
You
gold
got
can I
what you
fit in this
wanted.
loincloth?
You got what you wanted.
it's all right,
Okay,
all right. I'm just messing with you. I can tell you a little bit about this scabbard. It's magical, that's for sure. It's got some transmutation properties, some evocation properties. Just put a quick little look-see here. His his eyes kind of light up a bit as he summons some magic through his body. And, yes, well, I can see here that if it had a sword that's paired with it, it would be able to change the elemental properties of the sword with various keywords that one would learn when they you do the magical ritual to attune to this weapon. But from what I can tell, you put the sword in the sheath, you say a magic word. If you want it to be fire, you pull the sword out, it's wreathed in fire. If you want it to be wreathed in frost magic, you'd put the sword back in the sheath, say a different magic word, pull it out, and now it's wreathed in cold magic. And all the
So,
various
Mr.
different elements. There's things
We
like
knew that. We knew that.
Oh, why didn't you say so? I just did all this magic
Because
here, and I'm just trying.
You're rambling.
Or
you
you
know
come
we
into
might be-
my shop at 8:30 in the morning on a Tuesday, and what do you expect? It's early. I haven't even had my coffee yet.
Okay, before we interrupt his Dr. Phil Tuesdays, let's see if he knows where we can get the sword that fits the
I
scabbard,
mean,
maybe.
can I? Is there? Can I do? Hold on. Is there anything I can do to? Can I charm
I feel
him
a
or
baby
something
coming.
here so we can get this going?
You can try and charm him.
Yeah, can I charm person? Level 1.
Cast a level 1 charm person spell.
I'm feeling like it right now.
But do you or don't you?
I do. I cast.
Do.
I cast.
He waves
level
his
1.
hand and casts counter spell on you. That's not
God
gonna
damn
fly in my shop, Sonny.
Why did it look? Why do the magic people always just don't let me do the magic, and I'm tired of it.
Why would we let you do magic on us? Counter spell is like one of the things that every wizard knows to do. Look,
Okay, so,
look, Sonny, you can cast charm person on me and then take me for all I'm worth.
Well, I don't want to do that. I just want you to just be a little more forthcoming with the information that we're looking for. Does honesty work? Can you just cut the bullshit and so we can find the sword? Is that?
It says, listen, you can't.
If I sing you a song, will you just get to the point?
Listen, Sonny, you can't blame me for shooting my shot. It's hard these days, you know? For as much as it
Look,
sucked being ruled by a vampire, at least there was some semblance of order in the city. I'm just trying to get what's mine, see?
Yeah,
Why are you such a hustler? All right, I'm gonna give you 5 gold here. All right.
He says, I'm such a hustler because I got 19 grandkids I gotta leave money to in my damn will. And I'm a human who's 114 years old. I don't got much time left.
Sir, I didn't ask for a biography. I don't care about your great.
Well, then you
grandkids.
shouldn't ask questions you don't want the answers to, son.
Can I? Oh my god. I don't know what else to do here, guys.
He's like, all right.
I'm about to strangle this old man. I'm about
Okay,
to
does the
strangle him.
5 gold get you anywhere?
Well, it gets me further than 1 gold did.
4 is 6 gold now.
What? He's like, all right, I'll cut the bullshit with you.
Thank you.
He's like, let me go check some of my old books.
How long is that gonna take?
He's like, I don't know. How fast can you read? He goes off. It's a big tome.
Did he walk?
Sassy old
Did he
man.
walk out of the room? Did he walk out of the room?
He like walks to a beaded curtain behind the counter, and uses mage hand.
I look around. And I see something that's breakable, and I just very quietly snap it in two and put it back on the shelf. Very quietly, just
Rowan casts Vindictive.
and just put it.
Pickle
put it
of
back on the shelf.
Marines. Thank you for the
Kind
follow.
of out of the way a little bit.
Roll a sleight of hand check for me.
Fucking.
I hope this
Oh,
is
shit.
super obvious.
You better roll. You better roll really well for that one.
You have bardic, by the way. You might need to.
7.
I need to use my bardic here. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not. You know what? Fuck that old guy. I broke his shit. I don't care.
All right. Oh God. Let me roll a. Well, I'm opening up the book here. Roll me a T100. So let's see what you broke.
That's always bad. That's always bad.
He
83.
uses 83. He uses a mage hand cantrip spell to bring out a very large tome. The number of pages in this book are probably like make it about as thick as a person's head is tall. He starts he like has it placed over on the counter, kind of next to the scabbard. Oh, come on. My PDF like freezes 1 page from where I need it to be. Well, that doesn't make sense. Can't break a piece of cloth in half.
Okay, we'll just rearrange it to he ripped it in half.
Yeah.
That's
So rip your stupid piece of cloth in half.
That's fair. You rip this piece of cloth in half, and it turns, like, as you rip it in half in your hands, it balloons outward. You know, like those magic tricks where someone like has you pull a handkerchief out of their sleeve and it just never stops coming. It's like that. You rip it in half and it just billows forth with all this cloth. So he turns around and puts the book on the counter and he sees all this cloth like spilling out onto the ground. He's like, "What the? God damn it! That's my hat! You destroyed my hat! Damn rapscallion! Ah!" He's like, "Why would you go? What? Why would you destroy a man's hat like that?"
It was like that.
And bullshit, son. I know.
No,
I
it
wore
was
that.
like that. It was
I
like
brought
that.
that hat. I wore it on my head here this morning.
No. It was like that when we
Roll
came in.
initiative.
Definitely, it's not like. It's like God.
It was like that.
By the 9. It's like, one day you'll get yours, son. I'll tell you that right now. One day you'll get
I don't know
yours.
what the big. It was like that.
That
He did get
hat.
stabbed yesterday.
Well, good. I hope he gets stabbed again. That was a very expensive
I
hat.
didn't do.
It was
I didn't do
a hat that could turn into any other hat. It was every hat, all in one.
I didn't do it. Well, it's no hats now. I didn't do it.
Sure, I only wore it as a fez, but still,
Well,
it could have
I'm a-
turned into any hat.
It's not my. It's look. I didn't do it.
You. He opens. He very grumpily owns the book. He's like, "God damn it, 8:30 on a Tuesday. This is the kind of shit I have to put up with. Got 19 fucking grandkids. Like, make
Whole
it."
day out here double cheeked up.
Can Damu heal the hat?
No. No.
Damu's like, I thought it was already like that.
He's like,
Damu's
"I
that
want
was
my
back
phone
there.
number back. That was not like."
Look, dude, you don't know. It was like that.
Maybe you can cast Preserve Life or whatever it was on it.
It's an inanimate object. None of his healing spells will work. He he flips through the book. He's like, swords. Okay, here's the section on swords. He flips through a couple of pages. It takes him a few minutes. He says, well, unfortunately, I don't have anything in here that looks exactly like this scabbard. The closest thing that I can see in here, and again, you know, these are just drawings made by you know, artists who aren't me. This is an old book passed down generations of wizards. He says, the only thing I can see here is that perhaps it was by this, owned by a hero, a few hundred years ago. He says, apparently, this fellow was known to be a great swordsman, who was called Goobert the Prodigy.
Goobert.
That's what it says here.
No wonder.
Goubert, the Prodigy.
No wonder he learned how to use swords. The boy's name was Goobert.
Remind me to.
It is,
Google,
well, you know,
RNG name generator.
it is by our, you know, by our today's standards, a rather silly name. Certainly not as prodigious as Minoc. But yes, a Goobert the Prodigy, or it may have been the sword of Asa the Tough.
Oh, that's pretty rad though. That dude sounds way cooler. He might have actually. You know what? He came in the store earlier. He was the one that did the thing to the hat. I saw him.
You saw Asa the Tough.
Yeah. He came in and he said,
A man who, by my records, died 1,000 years ago.
he came in and he said, I hate hats. And then he ripped it up and he said, I'm tough. And then he left.
You turn your back for 1 minute in these shops and you miss a celebrity sighting. That checks out. Asa the Tough hated haberdasheries. He was the scourge of haberdashers across this entire land for 1,000 years. Until eventually the Haberdasher Coalition, they hired a group of heroes to kill Asa the Tough. They stole his weapons. I think that's probably how Goobert the Prodigy got it, in fact. I think he was probably part of that adventuring party, yes. The scourge of you know, son, I'm sorry for saying that it was you. It was just, you know, you were giving me such a hard time.
Look,
you know,
okay.
and it's 8:35 now on a Tuesday morning. I haven't even had my espresso enema for the day, and you haven't even, you know, you come in here, you give me shit. Yo, I'm sorry. You know, if that was really the ghost of Asa the Tough, well, shit. I'm gonna have to do some cleansing rituals on this here shop. I gotta reload my ghost traps, so that this doesn't happen again. But that's the information I've got for you. Again, you know, the image in the book here, the scabbard looks a little different, but yo, who knows what happens in 1,000 years? Things change, I guess. Could have been rejeweled.
Maybe some artistic liberty.
Maybe the scabbard was taken in a little bit.
Hemmed up. Who's
had its inseam adjusted.
I've been there.
I can tell.
Okay, so what was that name again?
Goobert the Prodigy apparently took the Goubert, the Prodigy.
Would you have any recommendations on where we can find more information about Goobert the Prodigy?
Well, it says here that Goobert was an elf. That's a very standard elven name in this part of the world. I got a cousin
named Goobert once.
See, look, right there, corroborating my story. You might, he was a knight, a knight errant, actually. You know, he was technically just a squire, but,
okay, well.
he did work, for the Temple of the El, which, we do have, a branch of the Temple of El here in Ravensblood. You could go there for more information. The library, the Lenore Malloway repository, is ripe with information on old relics and things. They may have some books of lore or something about Asa the Tough, which may make mention of Goobert the Prodigy. But I only have information about antiques in the shop here. I don't really have much lore on these people about their quests and whatnot.
So you said the Temple of El or the repository or suppository, I don't know which.
Well, you know, hey, take it as you want. He says,
a suppository if you try hard enough.
No.
Ooh, I like the cut of this guy's jib. I don't even... Who is talking anyway? Is that the ghost of Asa the Tough? Who's...
I told you he was here.
Well, you know, hey, at least I got to experience it.
The suppository or the ghost?
He holds the little piece of paper. It's like, hey, sir, if you want, here's my number.
Okay, let's try to get to the library because everything's pointing towards the library either way. I don't wanna go
Quick,
on
Mr. Maynard the Magnificent.
Yeah.
Real quick,
Am I
do you
not
have
the
any? Do
Magnificent?
you have any cool trinkets that you may or may not know the origin?
Oh,
The
the
use of.
circle continues.
I know the origin of everything here, but take a look around my shop if
Do you-
you see if there's anything.
Do you have any? Do you have any items that you may not know what they do?
No, I know what everything does here. I'm a wizard, goddammit!
Question: I have this can.
Yes.
Why don't you take a look at this can and hold it and see what you think of it? He hands him the can of whatever I don't remember what the hell that thing's called. The can of weird crap. The
Can of-
swooshy can.
A can of weird crap.
The can of suppository.
Swooshy can. Trinket 47. What do you take of this thing?
Oh, that one's easy. That one's the can of fears.
Can of fears?
Yo, yeah, can of fears, also known as Pandora's can. Yeah, you know, it's just, whoever picks it up, they think it's filled with their greatest fear.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes, you know, it can reveal a lot about a person.
Question. Can you open it up?
I wouldn't.
I'm gonna leave this shop if we open this up.
If you're
I'm-
going
guys,
to,
I'm not-
please do that somewhere far away from here.
I'm not gonna open it up here, guys. I'm not a maniac. I'm just
Let's go back to
curious.
the recap video.
No! Look, I thought I was helping. I'm not gonna open the can of whooshing here, right?
Can you open the front door so we can head to our next objective?
God, fine. Alright. Fine. You have nothing else that we need here.
It was nice meeting you, Marduk.
See you later, Maynard.
Maynard.
Swear to God, no one ever remembers my name. It's Minarch the Magnificent. Why is that so hard for people to remember? All
Are we
right.
leaving? We're
Well,
leaving the shop.
thanks for
Yes.
wasting my time. Have a good
On the way
day.
out of the
Wait.
shop. On the way out of the shop, I go, I'm gonna rip your hat. And then I walk out.
Damn it! I knew it. I bet that wasn't even Aza's ghost that I heard. No one even took
It
my
was.
phone number.
Okay,
Oh,
let's
Aza. Hey, you got a couple of minutes. Good.
maybe we should Jesus.
Hey, close down the shop. Like locks the door behind you as you guys leave.
Probably for the best.
Okay, well we lost our disembodied ghost to
We heading to the library?
I
Yes.
think so.
Do we know how to get
With
there?
all due haste.
Oh, quote
probably
eight.
too-
Quote eight. As you walk out the shop, he holds you back for just a second. He says, "And if you ever need anything, and I mean anything, I know a guy."
Oh God, he was the other bear. Oh, your sex life is disgusting in every way.
Grady, thank you so much.
It could be. Look, depends on what side. Look, I think it's beautiful. All right.
Maybe that's just a thing
think
that
it's
people say in
free.
this town.
I think it's free. I think it's beautiful. All right. Do we know how to get to the library?
There is that guard.
Not. Fuck that guy. Can we? Are there any people walking around?
Just look for the closest nerd.
Are there any people walking around?
There's lots of people walking around. It's a busy street,
Uh,
a crowded city.
let's I approach the first child I see.
Oh God.
You approach the first
Can I
child
get
you
my
see.
Grenade or
No, calm down, guys. Look,
Can
we're gonna fix
Damu
this.
restrain him during this conversation?
I'm gonna let him do what he wants to do.
Damu said no.
I don't think prestidigitation will clean up whatever mess you're about to cause.
I'm not gonna kill him. Jesus Christ.
You approach the first child you see, and the child says, "Oi, get away from me! I know you. You almost killed my friend Jarrett yesterday."
Why are all the children little cockney shitheads?
Can we
Well,
say
it's
that?
just how we talk, Rainey.
I can say
It's just
that.
how we talk.
Okay.
It's like, why are all murderous people with round knives gotta be half elves, huh? If we're gonna get racist about this,
I'm not.
why you gotta be that way?
Ask him if he likes stags.
I'm gonna calmly approach the child and be like, "Look, I'm not really with him. I just want to know if you know where the library is.
Yes.
And if you could just let us know, then we'll be on our way. And I promise he won't bother you or your friends again."
The library? Does it look like I know how to read?
No, just if you knew where it was. Not that you have to read, but that maybe you
You
might.
know, it
have known where it
insults
was.
me on a deep and personal level.
Well, I'm very sorry. We'll go find another child to talk to.
Thank you guys for the
We
research.
Have a
don't
good
have to
day.
talk to a child. I just was trying to prove
And
a
don't
point.
touch my money or anything on me.
I'm
or I
trying to
will
bring
whip
my
your ass.
I'm trying to bring my ratio down. I'm at
Appreciate you
50%
didn't
now.
kill this one.
I'm at 50%. I've encountered 4 children. I've only killed 2. I'm at 50%.
Okay, let's
Look at
find
that.
an adult. Because he needs an adult. Let's find an adult.
Let's find an adult. Yeah, I just needed to prove a point that I don't have to murder all children.
Okay.
It's optional. You just enjoy.
He tells you the general location of a library, real quick, as you say, let's find him an adult because he needs an adult, and then he runs away.
Yes. Let's avoid stranger danger.
It's
rules
like, I
here
ain't
tonight.
never, I don't need no adults in my life.
All right, so does he tell us the true place so we can go there?
I don't know. He tells you a location.
God,
Well,
we're
that's
gonna get
helpful.
robbed.
So I'm going to look for the nearest adult that's next to us. Describe them for me so that I can talk to them.
You see a portly gentleman, walking along,
Why's
carrying
he gotta be
a.
portly?
Because he is. You know, fat people
Maybe he's
exist.
anorexic.
Okay.
He's
Well, then
anorexic.
Fine. What's wrong?
He can be anorexic and he can still be
Bad
fat, you know? Maybe
guess.
he's a recent
Mind blown.
anorexic, huh? Maybe he
Bulimic?
maybe he stress eats.
My lady
and-
crush doesn't like dragging women, so now I got to find another dad bod man. Let's go. Let's
Okay.
talk.
See what you guys have done now.
It was a portly gentleman, but thick of calf and thigh, who is carrying
Long
a
of inseam.
very long of inseam. He's over his shoulder. He's carrying a net with a bunch of hooks on it, and on those hooks are a bunch of fish. He's seemingly heading away from the dock district, so probably maybe got the look of maybe like a tavern cook about him or something like that.
Okay. I'm gonna approach him and be like, "Excuse me, sir. Could you
Hey,
point
what's
us in the- hello? Could you point us in the direction of the library, please, if you know where one is?"
He's like, right?
This
Hey,
guy's never seen a library.
hey, the library, right? So want to do a bit. He's like, hey, right, yeah, you're gonna take your next left, right? You're gonna head down that road until it comes to a dead end, and you're at the library.
Awesome. Thank you so much, sir. Have a great night. Or day, because it's morning still. Sorry.
Right.
It might be night, actually.
So I'm gonna get back to my tavern now and cook up these fishes.
Okay, so let's head to the dead end.
Go to the
Nothing can go
library.
wrong here.
Good God. What is this game? You make your way to the library, and as you get to the end of the road, there's a wrought iron fence, big old sign on the fence. It says the Lenore Malloway Repository. The gates are open. You walk down a cobbled path past a statue of a woman. A little placard on it that says Lenore Malloway on it. She's holding a book. And there's like two little kids kind of on either side of her, like looking up at her as if she's like a teacher of a scholar perhaps. And you enter the library, and you're just greeted by a grand hall of books. Giant cavernous room, stacks of books, you know, high up into the ceiling. One of those places where you definitely need a ladder to like reach the top shelf. Even Quothe would have to get up on a ladder to reach the top shelf of these giant shelves of books. And in the library, on such a ladder, you do see a elderly human gentleman reading books periodically as he stalks the shelves again. Magnificent paintings on the ceiling kind of adorn this library. The main room is a big round kind of rotunda with shelves that kind of go around the outside. There's seating areas in the middle. There's already some, you know, scholarly looking folks in wizard robes kind of going through big thick tomes in the tables in the middle of this round rotunda. And then off to either side you can clearly see entrances to other wings of this library.
So is he researching metaphysics?
Maybe. That's the section that he's in.
What are we here for again?
I forgot.
You were looking for clues on where to find this sword.
But Faith sent us
She
here
sent
for
us here,
something,
yeah.
and we didn't tell her anything about the scabbard.
Yes, but David was with Fayette, so David told her
You know,
and asked.
we heard all about that David
So
waffle
we're looking
love
for the sword
triangle.
still in this library.
We're looking for more information that might point us in the direction. We kind of think the sword might be here.
All I'm gonna say is, as to whether or not you're looking for a sword, is that I'm done with my introductory quest line. Because the world is yours. You can toss the scabbard in a dumpster for all I care and go do something else. Rowan asked if there was something in I'm just gonna come clean with everybody here. Rowan asked if there was something in a magic shop, and he rolled on a random table, and it was a scabbard without a sword. And they decided to just run off and look for a sword. I have not had anything planned for this at any point. I'm just making this up as we go along. And I find it exceedingly funny that at every moment you guys are forgetting what you're doing.
It's like
Okay,
Rabbit
so
Trail
we have
City.
found nothing on the sword other than a bunch of bullshit.
You don't know.
I don't even know if this sword, guys.
I'm gonna-
Listening, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Listening to the properties of the sword, this seems like a bunch of fucking bullshit.
It does. It feels like it's like a rabbit trail. Like what are we doing? Like, I'm gonna go shake the ladder that this old man's on and be
Oh
like,
my
hey,
god, the poor guy.
no, just
Don't make him
gently,
fall.
like, hey, can you help us
She
find
doesn't know her own strength.
the sword? It's a gentle shake. Hey, can
It's a
you
rattle.
help us find this sword for the scabbard twin? And if you don't have it, that's fine. We'll move on. That's all I'm gonna say.
Part of me really does make you want to do a strength check to shake this.
I'll do it. I'll fucking do it.
She's gonna fucking
Roll
break this
strength.
whole
Roll
thing.
strength. Roll strength.
It goes
There it
through
is,
the
I
fucking
took the ladder.
library wall.
An 18.
Falls
You
off
just
and dies.
break the fucking ladder.
Okay.
He falls. You're like, ah! You catch him in your arms as if
Oh,
he was a
thank goodness.
damsel in distress.
Well, that's
He looks up at
we're
you.
into another romantic side quest now.
Yep.
He looks up at you. He's like, oh, so thank goodness you were here. I could have fallen and died. That was a fall of at least, some feet.
Thank God I was here.
He says, yes,
Since this
well,
woman saved your
Lord.
life. Since this woman saved your life, do you think you could help us out, sir?
he says, well, yes, of course, I'm the head librarian here.
I'd like to point out, I just heard a horse neigh in the background.
Yes, it's from our biology wing. We've got a horse display there and study the anatomy of the ye olde caballo, as they say in these parts.
Maybe I'm the only one with the stream music on right now.
Yeah, I didn't hear the horse at all.
My stream
But
music
yes,
is broken.
continue. Please continue with your sword story, please. I would
Yes,
love to hear
yeah.
about your sword.
Sir, we have a
Amazing.
we have this
I
scabbard, and
I don't have
we're
a sword.
really curious if you might be able to point us in a direction, maybe some books that might give us an idea of where we might be able to find the sword for this scabbard. We heard that it was once owned by a Goober the Magnificent.
Goober the Mag.
Goobert,
Gubar.
Goobert,
Gubar.
Goobart the Proficient. No, Goobart the Prodigy, I think was his
Yes,
name, right?
that sounds right. Yeah.
That sounds
Goobert,
right.
On a,
Goobert the
on a-
Prodigy.
Well, Goober the
On a side
Prodigy
note-
did use a sword. Goober the Magnificent, he was a wizard. He used a wand.
Well, we don't want to talk about him.
He's a sword guy.
We need the one that swings the sword, because this is a scabbard. This is for swords, not wands.
Yes, a scabbard.
Maybe he had a wand.
I
that
tried to
would stick
tell
in it.
K Money last night that this was not for wands, and he didn't want to listen.
I'm gonna sheath something in it and end this quest line right now.
He says, oh, yes, that you looked familiar.
Starts
Cave
wearing-
money.
You got a sword in your loincloth? Sticking
Barbarian
out the
with
bottom.
a fire.
He definitely has something in that loincloth. He says, yes. Hey, the scabbard. Yes. This is, if you, Goobert the Prodigy. Yes. If you come, with me to the section on the archaeology, there may be, some information here that we can look up for you.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Before
set him
we
down
dive
gently
any
on his feet.
deeper into this,
Lead us.
Roll
As,
a strength check.
As you walk through the library, he reaches inside of his coat, and pulls out a small brass bell. He rings the bell. Ding, 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 right?
Oh my gosh.
Tail! If you come here, son, come here. He takes you to the section of archaeology. As a small teal kobold shows up, and San, go ahead and introduce your new character.
Alrighty. Can you pull up the picture so they can all see Tail real quick?
Yes.
Thank God this actually led to something.
That's why we should have gone to the library first. I wasn't gonna say anything, but I imagined.
Whoops. Click on that. Hold on a sec. And then hit that. Does that do it?
Yep.
There
Well,
we go.
I
Aw.
like this guy a lot.
Kitty.
So
He
we
is
get the kitty cat.
adorable. What happened to his poor little tail?
Well, that's why he's named Tail. It got burned.
Uh-oh.
Using it to lift skirts a bit.
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
my God.
Son, these fine folk, looking for books on the legendary Goobert the Prodigy. I've plenty of research and books to put back on the shelves. If you could help these fine people, that'd be very good, son.
Okay. The big one, or the shelled one, and the skinny one. Oh, pretty. Hi, pretty one. Hi. I like your horns.
Thank you.
Yes, my son here he knows this library, like the back of his hand.
Wait, did you say your son?
Yes.
You're a
for-
human.
That's true.
No kink shaming.
No,
Wait,
this
is
little
he a
guy.
little bitty dragon?
Yeah.
He is 2 foot
Aw.
7 inches tall, and he weighs 30 pounds.
He's a little
He's a little
he's a
fucking
kobold.
dragon. How?
He's a
Oh,
kobold.
I can relate.
You have heard of something called adoption, right?
Oh,
I found his egg. I thought it was a curiosity, and then one day it hatched, and well, how could I say no to those cute little fangs of his? Haha. Yes.
how old is Tail?
Tail
How
is
old?
16.
You're 16. Okay.
I have a new pet.
You can't kill him with
You're-
a grenade, Janie.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about.
pet.
He's still technically a kid.
As a point of reference, the cat is Pages. It is his familiar.
Oh, that's
Oh.
cute.
Rowan pulls out a grenade.
No.
I'm joking.
I'm
I'm
calling
joking.
Kelly. I'm gonna text Kelly
It's
right now.
just a joke. It's just a joke. It's just a joke. He's not He's not pulling out. He's not pulling out the grenade. He's
Pulls out a gun instead.
I'm just kidding, guys. Nice to meet you, Tail.
Hi. We looking for a book?
Yeah, we need a book. It's about Goober, the precarious. No, the pestilent. No, the
Prodigy?
The prodigy. There it is.
Yes.
Yeah. The perfilator.
I got book. Follow me.
You have book. All right, cool.
He's gonna
Rowan
take
doesn't-
you into the section and find the book you.
Kelly hates games. Rowan does not recognize your your commands in this realm.
I should make some of those commands. Specifically for Rowan.
I don't recognize it. Damu doesn't recognize it either. So there's two people don't. You have no power in this domain. Tail, you found that book?
Here, book. Here's... What do we find in the book, folks?
Stuff. You find Goobert was indeed an elven, specifically a wood elven, knight errant. He was a paladin squire for an Oath of the Ancients paladin named Heimri the Giant, who apparently was a Goliath, who was fabled to have stood 9 feet tall, even tall among his own people. But Oath of the Ancients paladins are typically nature-oriented, foresty kind of paladin oath. But very in tune with the elements, as it were. You find in the book that he, Goobert specifically, is thought to have been slain in a battle with a dragon some, oh, I don't know. Let's see here. Slain in battle, the dragon, some 3,000 miles ish away from Raven's Blood Hollow. No, not 3,000 miles. About 2,500 miles, I think, if I do my math correctly. 2,500 miles, almost directly west, just a little bit south, but almost directly west of Raven's Blood Hollow, on the northern end of the mountain range that goes right through the middle of Amirius. You guys would know of this. It is indeed on the map that you guys are very familiar with.
I am not going
By
to deal with this dragon for a fucking sword.
all accounts, you think that he fell in battle here.
Yeah, this sword, we
Um,
cut our losses and sell this fucking thing.
But dragons love sheet music, and you're a bard, right? So
I don't care. I don't care. I am over the sword, the sheath. How much did we pay for this thing?
I think he paid
12,
yeah,
1,300
or
gold.
something like that.
something like that.
Let's go see.
I
if
think
the
it
old man
was.
will
I
give
think
us
it was
Let's see if the old
12.50.
man will give us 850 for it, and we'll call it a day. Thank you,
so the
Tails. It's
options
very nice to meet you. Let's go.
are to get 850 gold or go fight something. I'm down with fighting something.
Yeah,
I'm
down
not
with fighting
fighting a
something.
dragon.
Well,
don't-
I'll fight it for
We
you.
don't expect you to.
We have tail now and pages.
Yes.
Pretty lady.
That's a cat in a 30-pound dragon.
What if he's smart?
lizard? Well, he can't be too smart if he's joining us to go fight a dragon.
So we're backing off the fight with the dragon.
I don't want to fight the dragon.
Okay,
See?
so we're backing away
Uh,
from the dragon fight.
I need. I'd like to go find more books, but it's not safe. And Dad said if I could find friends, I could go. I could get more
Well-
books for the library.
Well, if I protect you, then you don't have to worry about that.
Let's take the boy with us and help him find some
If
books.
he wants to
Does
go,
he
I
have
don't
any
wanna, like,
ideas
drag
where
him
some
away and
books are
kidnap
that don't
him.
involve
Do you want to go with his
dragons?
tail?
children?
I want to go.
We'll take him with us, but we don't have to go fight the dragon.
We should
At
probably
first.
ask his father.
All right.
Hey,
would
Dad,
like
can
you
he
guys
go?
to
Can he
know.
go? Can he go fight the dragon?
I wouldn't recommend that, but dragons are powerful. Also, there's some moral implications there with killing kin, as it were. You know,
Yeah,
kobolds are related to the dragons.
Well, there you go. He says no. All right,
What if
guys.
we talk
I guess
to the
we're...
dragon, like, because we're dragonborn? I don't know.
dragon doesn't. This is a red dragon, correct?
I do speak.
I mean,
Draconic.
you know,
I,
Tails is his own man. He's considered an adult by his.
Oh, he's an adult.
His
Oh, well,
people's-
then I don't have to worry about it.
What's-
All right, let's
what's
go.
the- What's the dragon's name?
Dragon macaque? That's what he was looking for. That's what he's looking. I know my husband.
Oh,
I mean,
so
I know
fantastic.
Cloche.
Thank you.
After you all die laughing. That's what he's looking for.
The dragon's name is Macaque.
Dragon macaque. He killed Sangredi.
Oh man.
You people see. Do you
I'm tearing
do you
up. Hold
people
on.
I need a drink.
people see the crap that I have to put up with here
No, this is the
on this show?
I said one thing. I said one thing.
Cannon. Dragon's name. Handled. Rach, you're my favorite. You're fantastic.
Oh shit.
Well, that is the very crass nickname that
So I guess we're
common
gonna go,
folk called the dragon. His full
We're gonna go
name.
try to talk to.
His full
Macaque?
name is Minon Cocthysian.
No.
Okay, so
I would like you guys to know something very important. This is out of character information for you. I swear to God, if Tail was standing behind Chad and Chad decided to fart, he would probably kill fucking Tail. All right, let's not fight the dragon immediately, please.
Can you ease your gait up a little bit when you're talking?
Oh, is
when
it
you're
really
kinda in
heavy?
character, it's just hard. You cut out pretty regularly.
I didn't hear anything.
I didn't either. No.
He's cutting out for me.
Tail, you would know from the book, though, that was 200 years ago. And everybody else, you know that the scabbard was found here in Ravensblood Hollow.
That is.
Maybe it
Can we-
migrated. So
I
wait a
don't-
minute. We're in a librarian. We got a librarian. We got a librarian's son. We should have enough information to track down this sword. So what do we gotta do to do it?
Well, I don't feel like Jeannie wants to track down the sword.
Who's gonna
Well-
use the sword? If let's just take a
Pages?
moment here. Let's just take a moment here. Who's gonna
Hey.
use the sword?
Pages become the night cat. Jesus Christ.
It is likely, because most magical weapons are like this, it is likely that whoever chooses to attune to the weapon will be able to like have proficiency with that weapon, even if normally they wouldn't have proficiency with it. So, like, for
possibly a
example, if
bard could be
Reshi-
able to-
I was just gonna say, like, for example, Reshi's got a very limited window of weapons that are considered monk weapons, and this sword is not a great sword. But even if it were a great sword, like Reshi could use it if she attuned to it. Or
Is it a short
you know.
sword or what is it?
It's like halfway between a
I thought it was like a
Um,
scimitar.
yeah, it's halfway between
is
a
a scimitar, right?
scimitar and a what's the other? A cutlass. It's a curved.
I mean, what is
thin,
that? As far as
curved
like
blade.
proficiencies go, what is that classified?
It'd be probably like a scimitar in the book. They have
Okay.
some stats for scimitar, which oddly enough is the exact same stats as a
Reshi,
short
do
sword,
you want,
except
do you,
slashing
do you
damage
want
and not
do you want a
piercing.
scimitar?
No, I'm not into the sword at all. I was
Exactly.
just going on
So
with what was going on. I
this
don't
is-
really care.
This is
Well, maybe it's like the Sting sword. Anybody familiar with the Sting
Steam
sword?
sword?
It lights up when orcs are around.
Oh my God, yes.
Oh, you. Okay, yeah, okay, I got that now. No, I'm not
I
really
might.
into it unless everyone else
Should
is
have called
in
it
the
the
party.
orc
I don't.
flashlight.
I don't care.
The hilt is a fleshlight. Is
So-
that what you said?
Oh my God.
No,
I'm
I
done.
said
You
they
said
should have
that?
called it the orc
I definitely,
flashlight.
Oh,
I definitely
Flashlight.
don't.
Okay.
I definitely don't want the.
I was like,
I don't
this is
want
a
it anywhere near
weird
me.
game, guys. I don't know. I don't know
We
about
can go in
this.
another direction. We can just put the story to bed and find another direction to go. I'm fine with that.
Okay, so basically this offers us one of our members proficiency with a magical sword. So if no one wants to be proficient with another weapon that may help them, that can obviously, so far we know that it can target any enemy's weakness that we fight.
There's
So
a
like
reason,
those
yeah.
lightning methods, we could, I don't know if they're weak to water, you could have turned it into a water sword or whatever. It has great value in fights from here on in the future, but if no one wants to be proficient in it, then let's find something else.
I'm fine with that, but if everyone else in the party's like, no, I'm good with that too.
There's a whole map out there. Willing
So
to.
which direction are we gonna go then, boys? Let's.
I'd say we
make it-
flip
I
a coin
hate
at
the
this point.
sword. I hate it, and I regret ever starting this stupid thing. I hate this fucking stupid sword.
Okay, so let's
I
go find a
hate it.
quest for the Infinity Gauntlets.
Yeah.
Please, that sounds amazing. I don't know what an Infinity Gauntlet is, but it's got to be better than the blue, red, green sword, the thing that we've been looking for. This sword is stupid.
In my world, the Infinity Gauntlet is actually the Infinity Cap, and Rowan tore it in half earlier this campaign.
Oh my
Ooh.
god.
That
Okay,
means
there went
Rowan-
Plan B.
He's confirmed a god. He did tear a.
It's a hat that can turn into every other hat. It's an infinity a number of hats.
Okay, let's just
Literally,
make this simple then. What if we just go find a notice board and look for a quest?
Does that exist here in this world?
I mean,
I'm
There's
sure a tavern would have
bulletin
something like that.
boards, sure.
I mean, I don't want to find a lost cat. I would like to do something prevalent, but
But what if that cat turned into a different element depending on when you put it in
a microwave?
in a
Oh my God.
microwave?
Okay. Yeah. Well, that would change a state change. It would go from solid to
Then
liquid.
we can
That's-
then we can literally go to this tower and I
Okay.
accidentally murder a child for us to be teleported here for no reason.
But
just
we've
to
already
give
done that
up on
storyline
this
several
quest.
times. Okay, why don't we just wander over to where that vampire took over
That
for a
sounds
little
like a
bit?
terrible idea. That sounds like a terrible idea.
What does
Hey,
Jeff have in
Jeannie.
his pockets? Like, we can't just spring
There's
stuff
no
on
Chuck E.
Jeff.
Cheese's to take you to, Rowan.
Chuck E. Cheese
we gotta
went
pick a
bankrupt. They're done.
direction.
They're done. There's no Chuck E. Cheese's. There's no animatronics. They don't exist.
Chini, look at the
All right.
map. See if you see something cool. We'll go that way.
Where are we right now? I don't even
The
know
little
where we're
castle at the top, I think.
at. Or up here.
You're technically so up at the top right-hand corner of the map. You see a little castle, right?
Yeah. Holy shit! The
that
dragon was
is-
way over there.
That
That's
is the
stupid.
closest. That's actually the closest human city to Ravensblood Hollow. If you follow this dotted line, this road off the map, and like another 200-ish miles or something, another 300 or so miles, yeah, you would get to Ravensblood Hollow.
Okay. So,
I'm just saying. Let me just 1 sec. Real talk.
Here, I can take you to this other map, quick.
We're talking about this scabbard and this sword. Whose heart is still in this thing?
my heart is in
So-
anywhere that is forward instead
That's
of neutral.
exactly where my heart is at too.
This
Wherever you
this
guys want to go.
building right here, this little house looking building, that's the castle on the map that we were just on. This
Why am I not seeing
keep
anything?
looking thing is Ravensblood Hollow. So you're like 5.
Oh, I see it.
You're a while. You're overland. You're kind of far away.
I mean, dragons do have lots of. They got lots of treasure.
that-
they
the
literally
dragon-
do like treasure.
The dragon's like on this in this mountain
2,000 miles away,
over there. Yeah, it's a big ass.
guys.
world.
That's a long way for possibly finding a sword.
I mean, it's
I mean, I don't know if
Yeah.
you noticed, but the snap of a finger tends to get us where we want to go. Unless we're pissing off a elf in a
you
tower.
had to go around the coast by boat.
Okay, where are we again?
You are currently in this location over here.
Okay, gotcha. And
This
little house.
This
is a
little
major
house.
City?
This little house is the northeastern castle on this map here.
What if
Gotcha.
what if
This
we rented a
this
boat?
castle is that little house on that other map.
We take a boat or something up the river here.
I mean, you could try to do that. May not take you the entire way.
This castle thing looks cool. It's not that far away.
Let's do it. You down, Rowan? I'm sure you have a uncle or a brother there.
I'm down with whatever at this point. Like, I'm an idiot. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to the show at this point, but letting me make decisions on what we do is probably No, I'm gonna go ahead and say it is absolutely the worst thing this group could possibly do.
I'm just here to facilitate whatever you guys want to do.
Well, let's head to this city over here. 'Cause
Kelsey, you coming with us? You just part of the party now?
I'd like to. I'd like to get more books.
Okay, so you're just
The boy's
you're-
gotta
no.
spread his wings sometime.
He doesn't
Can't
have
stay
wings, does
cooped
he?
up in this. Well,
No,
not.
but there are some kobolds that would have wings. Yeah.
But he
Uh,
doesn't have wings, so that doesn't.
It's a metaphor, son.
Oh. Hmm,
Okay,
sounds good to me.
so-
He's got a. Like I said,
Let's-
in his, if he was raised by other kobolds, he'd already be an adult, out there, you know, doing banditry
dead,
and
actually.
whatnot. Well, yeah,
Okay.
you know.
Okay,
How about
let's go
this?
book some travel.
I've got a big old bag that we can just stick the scabbard in. Who knows? We might run across it. But
Sounds
I
good.
say we change course here. And see if there's anybody locally that might need some help. There might be some adventuring to do. Look, I just want to get famous, and I just don't feel like this scabbard thing's gonna pay off for me. I'm trying to get mine, if you know what I'm saying. So if we could find something a little higher profile, that would be kind of great. I'm down to be like the savior of some place or something.
Okay, let's ask the father, I can't remember his name, if he has any leads that could get us to gainful employment adventuring so that we can keep paying the bills here.
That preferably heads us west.
Yes.
Seriously, because everybody around here's got itchy palms apparently, and I'm gonna run out at some point.
It's weird. Giant mosquitoes give you itchy palms. Didn't know that.
So they like to bite is on your palm. Says, well, there's many different establishments you could try, you know. As the saying goes around Ravensblood Hollow, if there's anything you need, I know a guy. He like winks at you, Quothan.
Jesus.
I'm gonna turn in all these favors then.
We could by the magic shop. There was the Adventurers Guild. They might have something we could do to get money, so I can buy more books.
That sounds fantastic, Tale. And since you know this city, you can help us get over there, and we don't have to pay a guard.
Okay.
Ta-da.
Shall we then?
Let's go. Come on, Pages.
All right. You guys leave the library. You head back out into the great swamp city of Ravensblood Hollow. Yeah. And head down to the Adventuring Guild, where we are gonna take a quick 5-minute break so that I can use the little DM's room here. Might have drank 2 bottles of cola before the show started because I took a nap and I needed some caffeine to wake up. But hang in there, everybody. Thanks for watching our show. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Welcome back, everybody. Gotta
Hi,
put
guys.
my DM hood. All right, my DM hood is on.
Your blue hair.
Shut up.
Your hair's much bluer than Kelly's. Kelly's just keys out.
Well, I did bleach it for like an hour and 15 minutes. My
Yeah,
hair
he maxed
was
out what you're supposed to bleach your hair for, and then he left it on for like 4 hours. That's,
yeah.
yeah. Kelly has long hair, so she has to worry about that stuff. I mean, you do
You're
have long
lucky.
hair.
You're
Jeff,
lucky you
but-
still have hair.
Right?
Exactly. That's
I'm
Listen.
listening to all this shit and I'm like, right?
when he said that, I was like, holy shit.
My hair's fine. You have kind of long hair. Look, the stuff, the Manic Panic bleaching kit, it said to, it never said a max time limit. It just said,
Yeah, because they don't care about your hair.
alright, well, it just said
They got
check
your
it
money.
every, it just said check it every 10 minutes until it's reached desired lightness. That's all it said.
We could go fishing.
Fishing, Jesus Christ. Where are we at right now?
You just left the library.
Okay. And we got little guy with us,
I
right?
think you said you're
Yes,
gonna try
tail.
and get rid of the scabbard, right?
Yeah. Can
No.
we do
Well,
we
you
have
said
any?
you're going to stick it in your bag, and then
Yeah, I
Tail was
guess
going to
so.
take us to the Adventurers Guild.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, let's. It's Tail. You want to take us to the adventure guild?
Okay.
Let's go.
All right. You you head across town. Found just outside the dock district. Close enough that you can smell the salty sea air. You get to I don't know what a medieval hotel would look like necessarily, but it looks like a medieval hotel. At least 3, maybe 4 stories tall. Lots of windows on the outside. You guys know this because you're building a guild hall back in Asari, although yours is not quite this large. The smallest of guild halls, by the standard layout, can hold 25 adventurers at once, like room for 25 adventurers to sleep in. You know, it comes with a kitchen for like cooking and whatnot. This is probably big enough to hold like 50 adventurers at a time. This is a place where if you have like a guild membership card, you can come and get free room and board, free supplies for adventures, free food, all sorts of nice amenities, all for being part of, well, for lack of a better word, for being part of the union. That's a union privileges.
I found the medieval hotel.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, that's probably what very accurate to what it looks like on the inside. Lots of bear skins hanging on the walls and heads of various beasts that adventurers in the area have taken care of. You know, like a cool owl bear head and front claws on little wooden placards hanging over the mantelpiece of the giant fire that's in the middle of this place. There's a few people hanging out in the common room drinking ale, even though it's, you know, at this point probably mid-morning, right around like 10:30 in the morning. You know, hardened adventurers, a few of them even maybe breaking out the liquor already at this point in the day. When a young lad approaches you, probably 14, 15 years old, he says, "Hi, welcome to the Adventurers Hall. How can I help you? You guys need room and board? We're just gonna need to see your membership cards here, and we can set you up upstairs in some rooms. Get you some food, get you some supplies."
I have a diner's card.
He's like, "Oh, hey, Tail,
appears-
how's it going?"
It appears that we've all misplaced our guild cards.
He's like, "Oh, it's no problem. Oh, you just got, you know, just tell me the name of your adventuring party, and we can, well, we can check our records, and we'll get you set up." He's like, "Or, you know, if you're trying to save face and you're not part of the guild, we can get you signed up for the guild right now. We can sign you a card, and It's not that difficult a process.
I'm gonna charm him.
Just we could have signed up for the guild. Now we're trying to get balls
I'm gonna
deep
charm
into
him
it.
and lie that we're in one of.
Of course we are. Okay. What is your what is your spell save DC?
14.
14. He rolled a 9. He is very much enamored by your presence.
I have my guild card.
Michael Scott. Jesus Christ.
We just tell him we were looking for an adventure since we're already all like healed up and shit.
Sir, we are part of the very famous, very illustrious Adventurers Guild team called.
Be careful, Genie.
Remember
Careful
what
what
happened to the dragon.
Just be careful what you say next. This might be an important naming branding decision for you.
Oh my.
The
Like a whole team
the
decision?
super squad of extraordinary adventurer people.
Okay, team
Club.
huddle.
Okay,
Team
okay,
huddle.
let's
What-
huddle. We
Wait,
need a
wait.
team huddle.
Alright, this is not working. I'm
The
just kidding,
super
I'm just
squad of
fucking-
extraordinary
I'm just
adventuring
kidding. I'm
people.
kidding. Hold on. Let me ask I need to give me
I'm
1
just kidding,
second,
I don't
good
give a
sir.
Charm person's got a time limit on it, friend.
Oh
Do
God.
your charm, do your charm. Do your
I've got my notebook and my pen out.
So we do own an
the extraordinary
adventurers guild.
group of incredible adventurers
Gentlemen.
that are the gentlemen. Oh, I forgot originally what I was gonna say. Well, I'm just kidding with you. We're called the really
okay,
cool
hold on.
Adventurers Guild.
The Last Chance Lancers, the Walkers in the Wind, the Final Hope, the Black Wings, any of these? The Order of the Glaive? The
I
Dark
don't know what
Legacy,
my
the
big
Coming
friend's
Wave?
talking about. We are called the Great Adventurers Guild. Great Adventurers Guys Guild of extraordinary
Desperado Company?
people.
I like Last Chance Lancers. I appreciate the irony there.
You heard me. You heard what I said the first time. That's what it was. That's definitely what it was. That was the name of the guild.
Right.
Short.
I mean, how could I forget the illustrious, super awesome, extraordinary adventuring guys? Super awesome, extraordinary adventuring
It all led up to this point.
guys. I've written this down for future reference.
Rachel looks so disappointed.
He says, right, it'll just be a couple of minutes. I'll get you new cards
Thank
for
you so
you.
much. Thank you.
You know, it's a tough life out there for you adventurers. I get it.
What?
You
While we're
know,
waiting,
there's
do you
at least
mind
get
if
in the
we go serve
bog. And...
ourselves some free drinks? Can we go get some free drinks real quick? You know.
Oh yeah, sure. You serve yourself. You know, I ain't your waiter.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, no, we'll go get our own drinks. Thank you.
There's a coffee shop down the way that does things like that. It only opens Saturday mornings.
That sounds like a shitty coffee shop, but thank you.
It really is. You know, the guy's always self-promoting, trying to sell merchandise. Doesn't even give you a coffee.
That's weird. It's just that dude sounds like he might be a shyster.
Oh yeah, you know, snake oil and salesman for sure. He's like, I'll be right back. I gotta go break the laminate machine out of the closet.
What is the name, guys? What's the name of our guild? I don't even remember.
SAEAG for SAG.
Sag? We're the Sag?
Yes.
Yeah, the super
Thank you
awesome,
for making that totally
extraordinary adventuring
say-
guys.
Put that on a t-shirt.
The SAEAG.
awesome. I
Just
feel
put it
like
in the GZ plugs. That'll make me feel better.
You know,
I
So you
feel like we
guys,
never answered that one. Like, we're the SEG. What does it stand for? Don't worry about it.
yeah. You guys, you guys
I'm just gonna grab a mug of ale.
you guys get yourself
Literally
some
my plan
drinks,
right
you
now.
know,
Hell
hang
yeah.
out. The one of the patrons there is like dressed in like black leather pants, and he's got like a black frilly shirt on, kind of like he's like the dark version of Rowan. You know, he's like Rowan, but what if Zorro was his like tailor?
Oh man, this guy
He's
sounds
got-
cooler.
He's got like a cool like crushed black velvet vest on, and
This
like
kid sounds cooler than me.
he's got kind of
I'm gonna
like
nudge Quote
he's
on
got
that
like a black bandana like tied around his neck that he could easily like pull up over his face like a mask, and he kind of like looks at you, Rowan. He kind of like smirks and like nods. He's like I know what you did. Like I respect your hustle, kind of thing.
I like this guy.
He takes a long drag on a cigarillo, just like puts it out on the table. Then he like gets up and pours himself like a fucking mug of vodka. Just like a tall boy of fucking liquor.
Of liquor.
You guys get your drinks, and then a few minutes later, the small boy who Tail, you know this kid. He often leads adventurers to the library. His name's Owen. He comes back. He's like, "Oh, Tail, I didn't know that you were part of an adventuring guild. That's cool. That's cool." He's like, "So I got your cards here. You know, I took the liberty. I already wrote Tail. I already wrote your name on there. But the rest of you can just fill out your cards. It's got your members' numbers on there. It's got your guild name of the super awesome extraordinary adventuring guys. Local 554. If you ever need, you know, any help, you just show up at any guild hall, as you well know, and you know, we resupply any legal troubles. We've got lawyers on staff. You know, all the best amenities of being part of a guild." It's like, but, so if there's anything else I can help you with, just let me know. He's like, Brogard the Barbarian, he had a kind of a wild night last night, and I've got a room full of puke to clean up. So I'll be upstairs, doing that. Yeah, he runs off and gets a bucket and a mop. Kind of clomps up the stairs. All like heavy footsteps. He's like totally not into the task that he's gonna have to do right now. But yeah, there's like a tavern full of like adventuring folk and whatnot. The guy who's clad in black grabs his mug, his tall boy of vodka, and the bottle and a couple of shot glasses, and he comes over to your table. He's like, "Oh, see you. I haven't seen your faces around here before. You're new in town, eh?" Yeah, puts a couple of shot glasses on the table. 3 of them, or I guess 4 of them, one for Damu as well. No alcohol for the tiny little kobold. Pours a couple of shots, kind of slides them across the table to each of you, and he's like,
Here you go, Tails. I won't tell nobody.
And then Damu.
"Yeah, that sounds about right." That sounds about right for
I was
Damu.
gonna take a half a shot and give it to
I have a
Tails.
I have a mug of cool ale for him.
Cool
What is
ale.
cool ale? Is that like a duels? What is? What
Is that like
Cool ale,
is
you
that
know.
like a red fruity flavored beverage?
I think the picture says it all.
Oh,
Yeah,
jeez.
it's the cool ale, man.
God. He's like, I like your style, white hair." the name's Jethro.
Jethro.
If you're new in town, I got all the hot leads.
Maybe he's not as cool as me. His name's Jethro.
It's like, if the name Jethro doesn't strike fear into your heart, then you really are from out of town.
It does if he wants me to squeal like a pig.
I didn't say that out loud.
Kind of reads on your face that you think his name is funny.
Well, that I could.
It's like, they call me Jethro Silverblade, the Noble Slayer, for a reason.
Okay, that's a little bit cooler.
All right, Jethro, we're looking for an adventure, or somewhere to go, or something to do with our time. Do you have any leads or ideas? Is there anybody we can help?
Oh, I know a guy. He says, what kind of work you looking to get yourselves into? Typically, kind of jobs around here are either gonna be in, let's say, acquisitions or exterminations.
We are more into like helping people that just need help. We're not just,
Acquisitions is
exterminate
definitely
people.
more.
Like, we're trying to help people out, buddy.
Acquisitions are
You
definitely
must-
more.
Okay, now I really know you're from out of town. That's cute, helping people.
Oh, guys, you're making me look stupid in front of evil Rowan.
Oh god, now I just got the image like evil Ash from the fucking Army of Dead. That's what I'm seeing. This dude dressed in black instead of white.
Basically, yeah. He's got a cool leather vest on, though. Or a cool velvet vest on, rather.
Does he have a boomstick?
Yeah, he's got a couple of revolvers on two like chest holsters, you know, like in his armpits. He's got a long ass rapier on his belt as well. He says, right, so acquisitions. So there's this sword you no, just kidding. Wouldn't that just beat all, folks? There's a sword that needs a scabbard, see? Yeah. He says, all right. You're looking for some acquisitions, huh? Well, I know a fellow. I could set up a meeting. You, kind of like looks you up and down. It's like, I don't know if you're cut out for the job, but maybe. It'll help certain people. If you're looking to help folks, as you say. So
was that like a wait, are we actually gonna help people or are we gonna murder what I'm not
I don't know how
We're
you
gonna help them
hey,
and
man,
restrain you
however
from murdering them.
However you do your gigs is how you do your gigs, if you know what I'm saying.
oh my god.
All I'm saying is I know a guy who often is in need of things and stuff that are hard to get. Sometimes people, you know, have things that they don't want to sell. But my boss wants the things. So he hires out jobs for people to acquire the things for him. And however you get those things is up to you.
I'm down.
Does it pay well?
Look at little man on that hustle.
Yeah. He kind of looks over at you, Tail, and he's like, I can assure you that it'll be the best paying job that you have ever had.
'cause
I don't know. We made a lot of money at that one day.
Yeah, at that last bar. Oh.
Oh, wait, no.
Oh.
Did you make money at the bar?
Oh. Anyway, what were we working on? Contracts?
We're looking for a contract.
Yeah, let's do it.
This is right. You want me to set up a meeting with my boss then?
I mean, sounds good to me.
He says, right. He closes his eyes. And when he opens them, they're bright white. Kind of sits there for a minute. Then he kind of closes his eyes and then opens his eyes as he takes a deep breath. He's like, all right then. Meet me down at the docks just after sunset tonight. And I'll take you to meet the boss.
Nice.
He'll top off his tall boy with some vodka and then leave the bottle. He swigs the whole thing down in one gulp. No breath or anything. It's like the size of Rachel's glass, but vodka, just straight down. And then he throws the glass across the room. It shatters on the floor. And then he shouts up the stairs, "Hey, Owie, clean up on aisle 3!" Yeah.
So,
He spits
how
on the
long are we gonna
floor and
be
walks
here?
out.
because I'm grabbing the bottle.
Oh, he's drinking some vodka. Yeah.
It's like still before noontime, so you have the rest of the day.
I got plenty. We're good.
All right, you guys, you spend the day hanging out, other adventurers come in and out. Maybe you like swap stories of adventures and things that you guys have done and seen in the world. You have, your lunch and whatnot, and it comes to be sunset. It is turning dark, and unless you say otherwise, I assume that you head over to the dock district to meet up with Jethro.
Let's do it.
Yep. Got nothing else better to do.
Cool. You meet up with Jethro, and he's got 5 pretty burly dudes with him, all in black, similar black attire. They've got various weapons on them. Some got axes, some got swords. One of them's got a gun that kind of looks like David's musket on his back. Different design, but it's like a long gun. And
Starting
he
to sound
says-
like this might have been a bad idea.
he says, he says, right, and Jethro says, right, hey, glad you could meet up with us, eh? And now, the boss man, he's pretty concerned with security, so I would ask you, and he hands out each one of you, he hands out like a pillowcase. So just put this over your head. We'll lead you into the boss's quarters. You just, you're new. He's got to vet you before we let you know where his headquarters is, you see.
Okay, I'll put the pillowcase over my head.
Memories.
Dama was just like,
Sure.
Dama just puts the bag over his head, doesn't even say anything.
For Rowan.
For
There
Rowan.
you go. All right. Sure. Why not? Fuck it.
Untail the bag that's supposed to go over his head, goes down to his waist.
I'm gonna reach up and I am going to grab Reshi's robe. Just like grab the edge of it so I don't get lost.
I was gonna say, can I put him up on my back like piggyback style, like so I can like protect
Sure.
him a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
Got my
like
back.
he's only like 30 pounds. Like you could definitely do that.
I am literally so light that you probably wouldn't notice the difference.
True.
I'm just trying to protect them.
So you start there's like definitely not like in a threatening manner or anything, but one of like his helpers kind of like puts their hand like on your shoulder just to kind of like guide you, right? Every once in a while you'll hear, you know, Jethro say, "All right, step up." Sometimes we'll be like, "All right, we're gonna go down the set of stairs here." All right, you're at the last stair, you know, that kind of thing. Just very like leading you somewhere. It takes a good 10 to 20 minutes of leading you through various places. If you guys want to try and trace your steps, you can make a survival roll.
I'll do it.
But one thing that is very clear is that you have 100% entered the sewers. That is very clear. You can smell that you're in the sewers. You can hear some slowly moving water. Every once in a while, you'll be like, "All right, hold up," and you'll hear like a splash, like a chunky splash, kind of splash down into the main trough of the sewer. It's like a, you know, from like one of those spillways that kind of enter from the ceiling, you know.
You know what? I'm just gonna trust these guys. You know, I'm gonna let it roll. You guys want?
Samesies, yeah, they're being gentle about leading us down there. Hopefully, they're not dig.
Yeah.
Back.
Yeah, and 10 20 minutes later, you guys, let me just check my map here. Okay. You guys enter a big old room. Put you guys out here on the map. Tail, let me know if you can see this. I don't know if there's dynamic lighting on this map or not.
I don't see dynamic lighting, but I do see everything here. So
All right, cool. I was say I know I didn't have time to set up your token, so I just wanted to make sure that you guys could see everything. So yeah, you guys enter in this this big area down these stairs behind you here. Over here. You see the guys who kind of led you down kind of spread out around this big cult, like this big spillway or like reservoir in the sewers. It doesn't smell great in here, but you've kind of adjusted to the smell a little bit. Jethro is up here now, and you get the kind of the body language of this guy and these guys are kind of like, you guys can be anywhere in here and things will be copacetic. But like, try and get past these guys and maybe things won't be so friendly anymore. But you guys take the bags off your heads. You see see the room in front of you and the various guards. Jethro says, "All right, boss. These are the new adventurers from the guild who
Always love it when they snicker like that after they.
Can I do a perception check on their average levels?
level like how tough these guys are in a fight?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can do an insight check to kind of do that, figure that out. Yeah.
Okay.
Insight is kind of like sizing somebody up. 10. You think that some of them are more powerful. You definitely think that Jethro is probably pretty skilled. Probably the most skilled here, other than perhaps his boss. But as far as like these guys are concerned, like these two tokens, Jethro's very clearly, like, the way he carries himself is like he knows a thing or two about killing folks. Like, he didn't get, the name Jethro Silver Swords, the Noble Slayer, for nothing.
So
The other
Are they
guys could
sextuplets?
probably, could probably hold their own in a fight, but you could probably, one-on-one, you'd probably win.
okay, so we have sextuplets and triplets.
Yes, the tokens in the game do not they do not have a lot of variety.
We're not trying to fight them right now. We're just trying to like get in there.
Yeah,
Until
Quoth
I
is
hit the
just
rage button.
Quoth is just sizing them up. The gnome who's standing at the top of this platform here is like 15 feet up off the ground, or from the level that you're standing on. You can see there's like a big pile of gold and jewels and stuff behind him. And he says, right, welcome to my headquarters, see? The name's Fearing Two Fingers Fix Badge.
Two fingers.
Two fingers, because that's how I take my scotch. And your wallet.
Yeah.
He could have went other directions with it. I respect where he went with it.
So my good friend Jethro here, right? He said he got in touch with me earlier today. He said you're looking for a job. Is that right? Said like us, you're in the business of acquisitions, eh?
Yep, acquisitions. That's us. We acquire things. Like this really cool scabbard that I have.
Okay, let's not go flashing around expensive gear here.
Favor
This
for
may
favor.
not be the room for it.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice piece you got there. You got the sword of that thing, eh?
Okay, spread
got
out,
the-
guys.
You got that sword of
Spread
that.
out. Go on.
Anyway, hey, I'd like to take a look at this scabbard if you want. I'm trained in appraisals. At any rate, I brought you down here because there's something I need from a certain vendor who don't want to part with a certain something that I need. And I'm looking for some people who know how to get a job done.
Are we collecting protection money now?
Yes, no, nothing so simple as that. I got people for that. Their young and unassuming characteristics make people look the other way when little coin pieces go missing from their stalls.
Okay, do we have anybody here that's lawful good? Because we might have a problem with this.
I don't
I
think
am
so.
lawful neutral.
Damu's neutral good.
Well,
I don't know what I am.
is there a possibility that Tail or Damu may take offense to this transaction?
I don't think Damu cares. I don't know. We'll find out next week.
Next week.
Tail
see him
isn't
next week.
particularly.
Yeah, if we see him next week.
Tail isn't particularly offended or anything like that.
He's just happy to be out of the library, I think.
Yeah,
Right.
100%. You got the vibe.
'Tis right. So, let's get down to business then, eh? There's a noble. He lives up there, high on the hill, in a fancy little mansion of his. Who might be a fine arts dealer, an antiques dealer of sorts, you know? Some guy who doesn't think that the likes of us deserve the finer things in life. Thinks that just because he was born into generations of platinum and gold-filled vaults, that somehow it makes him better than us. Those of us who've had to crawl our way out of the sewers. And metaphorically, of course. Get what's ours. Kind of motions to the pile of gold behind him.
How big
He's
is
like-
that pile of gold?
It's a pretty big pile of gold. And
So-
kind of fills up the space behind him here.
So, Team Huddle here. Are we going to go in and piss off a noble with well-paid guards and skilled guards? Or
I think we're gonna go handle this stall thing. Here's the thing: we have an opportunity to do this. We can do this stall thing without beating this
is
vendor
he
to
going to
death.
take no for an answer here?
We'll find out, won't we? I don't think we're gonna have to kill him.
Yeah. So he motions to the pile of treasure and he continues. He says, "So there's this noble guy, like I said, high up on the hill, and he's come into possession of a certain religious artifact that I would very much like, and my boss would very much like."
Question: does Tails see any books in the pile of gold?
Given your height and how high that platform is, you're gonna have to roll a pretty damn impressive perception check.
Maybe
he
you should
still on
climb
top of
someone's
Reshi's-
shoulders. Yeah.
He's still on Reshi's shoulders.
Even still, that platform's like 15 feet high.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Perception, right?
Yeah.
13.
You do not see any books from your vantage point. But there might be. I mean, the pile is high enough that you can kind of see the top of the pile of gold behind him. But he says, right, so there's a religious artifact. Kind of... You know what an octopus looks like, right? He's like... It's sort of like that, but not quite like that. Have you ever seen a starfish's mouth? Kind of circular. Bunch of teeth coming in from all different sides. So if you imagine a long octopus, like really long, stretched out, it's got tentacles coming out of it. It's got like a circular mouth at the top of its head. It kind of looks like that. It's like a golden idol, sort of like an octopus. So something like that. You know, gem encrusted, golden idol. It's about a big. He holds up what for him is like the width of his body, but you know he's a gnome, so it's about the width of one of Quothe's pecs.
He wants us to go possibly piss off a noble and the church to recover an item for him.
He just wants you to acquire the golden idol.
Out of character, it's only dangerous if you get caught.
And that's true,
That,
but
and, like, we could tactfully try and get it.
I mean,
He's-
that's Rowan's middle name.
We could, yeah,
Tat.
that's what I'm saying. We could send.
so
Oh, that's
yeah,
not
but-
your middle name. We could send Rowan in though as like disguised and be like, hey, you know, and like try and convince
now
people.
I understand all that. That'd be an interesting quest line, but at the same time, we may piss off the nobles of this city, a whole clergy, if we get caught. We don't know what the payout is, and I can imagine a payout worth pissing off a whole fucking city.
Well, let's talk to him about what this costs.
Oh, and the second part of that is we are committing to being criminals.
I am a criminal, by the way. But- no, that's what my thing.
By the way, I steal shit.
I am a
All of
criminal.
us.
That's my
Technically,
background.
Criminal,
technically,
but-
Rowan is also a criminal.
I mean, I owe a lot of
Damu is also like, yeah, me too.
money. My ideals are literally get mine, try not to hurt people doing ... try.
So let's figure out what the worth is, and let's see
So
if it's
I'm really not too like this really doesn't affect me
Phase you.
much. I'm not gonna try to kill anybody in this process. Like I don't want to do anything. Look,
Okay,
I
so
don't
who's
intentionally hurt
gonna
people, but-
sneak in? Who has the skill set here to sneak in and steal a
Jeannie can,
heavily guarded item?
Ginny can possibly roll for a like a convincing of that he's somebody that's supposed to be there and take it.
Oh, I'm gonna get us all in.
You know, they can't remember shit if they were asleep while it happened.
And if
I
it
can make
goes
that
wrong,
happen.
he can grenade them if things go wrong.
Oh my
If
god,
all else
that
fails.
can't be the answer every single time.
Well, that's what I said last time, but
If
No
all
one
else
dies,
fails,
so.
Genie can go nuclear.
Oh shit! I gave him a
Oh.
nuclear option.
It's always an option.
At least
Yeah,
two more
whatever you
times
guys
it's an
wanna do.
option.
I don't think it's a good idea to piss off literally everyone that runs this town.
Well, we don't know. They don't necessarily like the nobles, do they?
Is that, I don't know
Okay.
what's in and out of character here, you guys.
the Dude was out of character.
We're doing a little out of. This is off the table. We're off out of game. That's okay.
Sure, I just gotta know what is and what isn't in character.
That's why
Okay,
I'm trying to do a voice for Tails, so you can always understand when I'm talking in character.
Well.
Guys, I say we get on and do it. I think we can do this without hurting anybody, or at least minimally.
Have we ever accomplished anything without hurting someone?
Well, I mean, you're the one that's gonna go rage and blow everything up.
Yeah, but that's only in defense.
Alright.
Do you have a problem with this, K-Money?
I'll follow your lead.
I'm not the leader of the party. I'm just saying. Do you have a problem with this?
I
Do you not
personally
feel
think
comfortable?
that we will possibly incur greater enemies than we can possibly handle.
I
All right. Can I ask Two Fingers something?
Sure.
All right. If we do this,
Yeah.
we potentially are going to upset all of the nobility of this new city that
It's
we're
an
in.
occupational hazard.
What is this worth to us? Because sounds like a big job. I mean, you could just have any of your guys come do this, but here we are. You're wanting us to do it. So clearly, you're looking for some big guns. And I don't know if you've seen my man K Money over here, but we've got some big guns.
Give me a second here.
important question, DM wise. How tall is the ceiling in here?
What are you doing?
Fairly
Man's
tall.
prepping.
25-ish feet from where you are.
How tall are you, Kothe?
6'7", I believe.
No, I'm 6'7", you're 6'2".
6'2". Okay.
Okay, I know what I needed to know. Thank you.
Two Fingers kind of closes his eyes a bit, takes a deep breath, and then
No, I'm 6'5".
Sorry.
Rowan, this is just for you, Rowan. In your mind, you hear, name your greatest desire, and it can be yours if you were to work with us and champion our cause.
Was just to me.
Anything you desire.
table talk here. I think we're about to get sold out.
That's only you hear that in your mind, Rowan. No one hears it out loud. It's just in
Since
your
I
head.
didn't hear it, I'm gonna go grab a Mountain Dew.
Guys, I'm gonna have to say, I think we should just trust the guys on this one and go for it.
Trust the guys, the sextuplets. The
Yeah.
triplets.
The quadruplets. I say we do this, man. I think
know what?
this is,
I've never seen Rowan lead us wrong.
Yeah, never.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
Rushy retains her silence. Tails? Tail.
I just like books.
I just like books.
Rowan
I
hands him
can
a
buy
comic
more
book.
books with the money. So,
What a profound statement.
I think we should do it because I want more books.
All right.
Well, I guess that just leaves Rushy's opinion on whether we should do it or not. Okay, let's do it.
Wow. I didn't actually even tell the group what we were getting at.
But I hope Rowan has no ulterior motives.
Definitely not.
Sometimes voices in your head lie.
So Two Fingers gonna speak out loud again and say, all right, so like I said, certain nobleman has a certain religious idol that is of significant value to me and my own boss, and if you were to acquire this and potentially agree to work with us in the future, we could work out a deal, a bit of an entry exam, if you will. And we'll reward you handsomely.
So this
What
is
do
like
we-
a
what do we-
hazing offer.
No.
As you can
We're gonna
see
get
behind
paid. We're gonna
me,
get
I've
paid.
got plenty of gold pieces that a portion of which could be yours if you get the job done quickly and quietly. However that may happen. He winks at you.
I have to say, Two Fingers, I think we're all in here. Reshi,
Thumbs up
we're all in,
besides two
right?
fingers.
Yeah, we're totally on.
Okay.
That makes
I
me
will say though, I think we need a little bit of we need to pick up some supplies before we get this whole thing going, and I really feel like we at least need a little bit of something before we get going.
Yeah, I got a feeling I'm gonna need like fully enchanted plate mail to get through this.
It's, well, like I said, you're part of the adventuring guild. My boy Rowan, or my boy, sorry, not Rowan. My boy Owen, he, supplies all of, the adventurers here in town. You could get supplies there for free. What is it that you would need of me specifically?
Well, I mean, I don't know 100% yet. I need to.
We would
Do you-
like
do you-
at least 5 unlabeled potions for Rowan.
That sounds like fun. Label
adv-
one of them though. just
Really,
so I
the
can-
adventurous
them.
type. I like that. I like that. Reminds me of my younger days, and hanging out down there at Pollock's Pole. Someone comes up with a mirror and some powders on it, and you just like snort this, and you're like,
Oh my
okay.
God. Can I make another request here? Maybe
We're still in negotiations, tall fella.
Okay, so DM talk here. What is there any type of healing spell that we can get that will improve Damu's healing and help him out a little bit? Maybe on the bargaining table, because I think we're going to need it.
I might be able to like acquire a scroll or something for you.
Yes.
I think what we really need is a
But, you know,
pair of
we
pliers
don't know what
and a
Tail can
blowtorch
do
to
yet.
get the rug of smothering off of Bote's crotch and get him some like real
Regardless
down there.
of current situation, it would have to be a big pair of pliers. We may have to go to a blacksmith.
That's from my favorite movie, by the way.
He's like, all right, so a few potions, and any adventuring gear that you need, you can get at the
Question, do you-
Adventurers Guild.
Do you by chance have any detailed maps of the layout of the where this item is located at?
Throw in a G Fuel sponsorship.
I don't know what that is, but as far as a map, we can show you where in Raven's Blood it is. We don't have a blueprint of the house, if that's what you're asking for.
Okay, all right.
But you
They
look
had a
like
spot open, too.
resourceful folk. I'm sure you could, a little bit of digging. I'm sure you could find what you need.
Oh yeah, you know us. We're smart.
He says, you know, I can tell by your demeanor and how you carry yourself that you, sir, are an illustrious and intelligent individual.
I'm glad you feel that way.
Okay, so let's get this fucking adventure underway. Let's go get our supplies. Could one of your triplets or sextuplets lead us to, what was it, Owen's Supplies or something?
Sextuplets.
He's like, he says, but of course, just put the bags back on your head. Jethro here, he'll lead you back out to the dock so that you can just make your way back to the Adventurers Hall and talk to Owen, and he'll get you what you need.
You can save the bags. The clean air will lead us.
He says, you're a very funny man. Very funny. He says, but unfortunately, until you can prove that you're trustworthy on this job, the bags are an occupational necessity. As
I would
you
like to
might
talk
have
to my
guessed,
team really quick.
as you may have guessed, the things that we do here are maybe, a little less than legal. So we can't have any potential loose-lipped individuals letting the god know where we is.
I
He's
think
like,
only two of us have lips, so
There you go.
he's like, well, that is, it's I can't speak for them, but it seems like a very tenuous and slightly racist thing to say. I was clearly
racist.
implying that
Oh,
someone may
big yikes.
or may not
Big
talk
yikes.
to the guild about to the God Guild about the
Big
location
yikes.
of our operation here. Lipped or no lips, they still have the ability to talk. If you catch my drift, fella.
can I roll for patience?
No, let's just go. Let's just go.
As at any rate, I have business elsewhere to attend to. Jethro can help see you guys back to your Adventurers Hall where you can supply up. He reaches behind him and there's like a short little cape that he's wearing on the back. He like whips it around all Batman-esque as he twirls and disappears with his pile of gold.
Oh wow, he could disappear. Shit.
Along with his gold.
Shit.
Along with his gold.
Hindsight's 2020 right now. I was ready to throw all 10 of them in that fucking brew.
Oh my god.
Jethro's gonna step over here. He's like, all right, you heard the boss, man. Like I said, occupational necessity. You would please replace upon your heads the bags provided, and we can get you on your way to hopefully a long and fruitful career with us here at the Acquisitions Guild.
Does
I'd like to recommend you get some smaller bags from smaller people.
does Damu have to do an athletics check since he only has 3 fingers?
No.
I got the bag on my head, no problem.
Just check.
Thank you for your concern, though.
Jethro takes the bag from Tail, and he like pulls a dagger out of his boot and just cuts it in half and hands you back half a bag.
Thank you.
I like this alter ego of saying, I think we need to play more games with it.
Quite polite.
This is
It's a
Jethro.
far cry from the angry, shit-stern, gun-toting robot from the...
So you guys head back out, the dock district. Some of those other guys, help lead you, guide you, back out to the dock district where they take their bags back. And Jethro just kind of, as you guys, take the bags off your head, he's like, all right. So standard practice. Acquisitions Guild, however you get the job done is how you get the job done. But as the boss said, he wants this done quick and quiet, like, see?
Quick is my middle name.
It's an interesting middle name. My
Okay,
middle name is Jimothy.
Off the table, is Dobby still a possible name for Tail?
Dobby, I'm
Don't
not
call him
calling
that.
Tail. Tail's adorable. You shut your...
I know, but Dobby's adorable too.
No, shut your damn mouth.
We've
You
already-
Gotta
don't-
say it with love.
You don't get to ruin this.
We already
Ruin
have
something else. Don't ruin this.
We already
Look at his
have
eyes.
the overlays made, so it's official.
What's that? Oh man, what?
Could have been
Damn.
Dobby and Pages.
Yep. Oh well. No intellectual property stealing here.
Thank you. I thank you for the compliment. That is very intellectual on my part.
Yeah. Yep. There indeed.
I see what he did there.
As Rowan would, or as Damu would say, I represent that remark.
Oh my
Uh,
god. All right,
Okay.
so let's get to the thing,
yeah.
Jigger.
It is nearing that time, folks. You guys, supplying up is never an interesting thing to do on stream. You guys can just let me know during the week what you're looking for. There are lists of things in the player's handbook, rope, pythons are part of climbing gear, grappling hooks, all that kind of stuff. Let me know what you want, what you're looking for as far as supplies to do a break-in. If you want to try and find some layouts of buildings and things like that, we can do that next week. You know, like
I'm
head
pretty sure
to like
90% of this quest is going to be tail.
head to the town hall or whatever, like
Wait,
public
so
records and building
have a
permits and
question.
things.
We're going to have
For-
tail sneak everywhere.
Well, I have a real question though.
Mhm.
So the 4th of July is Saturday, right?
Okay.
D&D doesn't acknowledge
Well, we
holidays
have-
in the real world.
We have a family thing. But maybe we could do Sunday
Do we-
or Friday. Is everyone? I mean, maybe we can talk off stream, but it's just.
You want to take it? You guys want to take a week off?
What? Maybe not a week off. Maybe we could do the next day if y'all want to continue on. But I'm just saying, like Saturday, we're gonna probably be.
I am 100% free on Sundays, any time of the day.
Yeah, we could do Sunday too. 'cause
I can
we
do
got
a
one
Sunday.
Week off.
Yeah, I can do. I
Sunday.
can do a Sunday.
Okay.
I mean,
We'll
I got
just have
things.
We'll have a whole week off then next week. It's just 4th of July. I know we're not gonna be around.
Yeah, we can discuss that on stream and let everybody know during the week.
We may not have seen where we went down there. Pages did. Pages knows. where we
Oh.
were.
Pages.
How did you see?
Pages didn't get a bag over it.
That is true.
Oh, the DM goofed.
Everybody put the bag back on their head.
Except Pages.
You cut the bottom of the bag off so that it would just go over your head and not your entire body.
You put a bag on that poor kitty's head.
Could
Yeah.
you imagine it trying to walk? Have you seen videos?
He was on
see
the
what happens
back
when you
of Resh. He didn't have to walk.
You can't even put a piece of tape on a cat without
Tail
being
was on the back of me.
Tail
That
didn't
was-
see
Oh,
shit. Pages
on
did.
Pages. Early now you hold on just a minute, you sneaky little bitch, because before stream when we talked about this character and I was like, oh yeah, it's a wizard familiar, you can see through his eyes, right? You're like, no, that's only a special thing and I can't do that yet. So no, you told me that your character couldn't see through his familiar's eyes.
You are correct. Pages saw it. Tails did not.
Yeah, so your cat, what? It doesn't matter. It's a fucking cat. He's a goddamn cat. Doesn't know shit, and even if he did, he's probably too much of a bitch to tell you anything. Pages would be like, yeah, I knew where it is, and then push your mug of ale off the fucking table and walk away.
That's Osrynn Tales.
Critical hits and critical fails. These are the Osrynn Tales, everybody.
Dude.
I am not gonna get run amok on my own stream.
Yeah, wait till you see the Osrynn Tales chat.
I have put up with too much shit these past couple of weeks. People murdering children. People making enemies of sweet, unassuming wizards. People breaking the hearts of little old men who use disguised self to go to gay bars. Ripping up people's hats.
I
broke
did not
through
I won't
that
stand
enchantment,
for
by
it.
the way.
I didn't
broke
do
through
that.
that enchantment.
I won't stand for it.
He's gonna kill one of us just to get a second check here pretty soon.
Anyway,
Oh.
dear God. That's been the show. Thanks for watching, everybody. Why is this my life? Please,
We love you, Jeff.
please stick around after the credit sequence here. We're gonna find somebody to raid. And remember, if you stick around for the raid, you get more channel points. If you want to mess around with our stream, there are all of my channel points here are D&D related. You can give people various inspirations and advantages on things. If you have enough points, now is a great time to give boss most one attack. Hell yeah. Players making things harder on themselves. I like that. We're gonna bank that one, that's for sure. You guys can now is a great time if you want to add a monster to the game, because the add a monster one specifically is you get to choose monsters that I try and work into the quest somehow. We're just starting a new thing here, so it's a perfect time. If there's a special monster that you guys want to see and you got the points for it, go ahead and save up those points. So like I said, we're gonna play some credits here. Check the chat. I put some links in for everybody. Rachel and Chad, they stream together some nights during the week. They play the shooter games. Genie Bra is on Twitch Monday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday mornings. You can check him out. Sigretti plays movies on Monday nights, and I stream art during the week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday afternoons. So, hang out in all of our channels. Stick around, have some fun. Like I said, if you hang out here in my channel, you get those sweet, sweet channel points. We're going to roll those credits. We're going to find someone to raid. Have a great week, everybody. Thank you for sticking around.
Thank you. We love you.
Bye, guys.
Adios, mi amigos.